Welcome to Off the Binge, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. Each week, we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in-depth reviews of the latest episodes from this season's lineup. Join us as we give you your weekly dose of anime coverage.
Thank God we don't have to hear Crash talk about Honey Pop. Wait, what?
It's so hilarious. Why does he always go down to the game and be like, don't disturb? I'm like, you technically don't gotta show us you're there. You can technically just be on your own, but you're still showing us you're there. Greetings and salutations. This is the Off the Bench podcast, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. For each week, we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in-depth reviews of the latest episodes for this season lineup. And it's your boy, Legend D Vash, the humanoid typhoon. And you can know me simply as Vash. I love ISEKAI, long titles, animes, and definitely if also the big titties are there too, it's enjoyable. It's a guilty pleasure. And we're here for the seasonal anime podcast that talks about the summer season. And it's your boy, Legend D Vash. And I'm not here alone. I'm here with MemoryNK and Grem. Introduce yourselves, my young and gentlemen here.
What's going on, guys? Memory here. Back for another episode of Off the Binge, obviously, to talk about everything, which I don't have any excuses, I'll be honest. Like, we had Hot or Flop last week. You would think, right? Oh, more time to catch up on everything. I'm still behind on a bunch of things. So hopefully I'll be better for that next week. But I'm still, going to be here and talk about what I can. I'm sure my fellow co-hosts are actually doing better than me in that regard. But it is what it is. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But
I love how Grem is our accountability check mark. He comes in, but the only person he comes in and asks is Nate. He don't ask myself. He don't ask Crash. He don't ask Neko. He checks in. Yo, Nate. So how you doing, man? Yeah, I'm doing fine. Hey, by the way, have you been catching up to your anime? Nah, man, I've been busy. I've just been busy working the past 3 days, live. I've been taking my family to a concert. Shit happens. And then you're gonna be like, okay, I'm just waiting. I got 5 animes. And the next day, I got 8 animes with you. Next day, I got 15 animes with you. Can we chop? Because I'm starting to, build this up.
Yeah, it's, and I know it. I mean, at least for me, like, because I've shrugged Grem off a couple times. I feel like over the past couple of days, trying to when we've been trying to watch some things.
He's waiting patiently.
So I would not blame him at all if he got a little upset or a little annoyed about that. Honestly, like he was even saying, like, I think he said, like, if you're not here, I'm watching this without you. So there are things obviously we don't. There's so much stuff we don't watch everything together, but there are certain ones that we do watch together, which we did knock out pretty much the main ones. I feel like a lot of the main ones, which obviously we're going to be talking about here. But yeah, speaking of Grem, what's up? What's up, man?
What's up? Hey, I'm the only one caught up, fully caught up.
He is, Chad.
And while I was doing that, my binge chillin' is going to be pretty long too, because, like a memory said, he left me waiting for a couple of days, so
he took advantage of that.
Yeah, he did, Chad. He did, because every time I spoke to it, because there's some days I was out, but I was still on call because I was doing errands. So I'm like, hey, let me talk to the guys, whoever's on our Discord community. Go check down the link down below. And I love how Grem is literally, I just started this show. I'm already on episode 20. I started season 2, and I'm like, where the fuck does he get the time? Like, he's adding this one, and then he's already binging an old one. So it's like, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear all that.
Binging, I don't know.
Bro has a list, so don't worry, chat. We will get right into it. So without further ado, just note that this is the Off the Bench podcast. This is for seasonal anime discussion. Right now, we're in the summer season. We're on week 7, but we'll also be sprinkling a bit of week 6 into it because both of those episodes kind of mesh in together. So stay tuned for the conversation. All the time codes are down below. If you missed last week's episode, that's Hot or Flop. So check out our segment. Which series of the summer season has been successful, or which of them has been trash, or like Crash, our co-host says it, which one hasn't been mid. So definitely go check them out.
8 out of 10.
Yes, when it's 8 out of 10. Also, quick plug as well. If you're here for the first time, go check out MemoryNK, Dweebs and Weaves, and other content from the team and our connection out here from the other people that have been doing content. Where a big shout out to Memory.
And Neko-chan, who, totally is here every week, I promise.
Yes.
She's been streaming more recently. She's liking that, so go check her out. Of course, Memory out here hitting one of the oldies but goodies.
Yes, which he'll be
He's
talking
doing it,
about in bench chilling, which I can't wait. I got
right?
questions.
So don't worry about that. Also, if you want to check out our boys, my Ruzu is also hitting stuff up. The Weebs and Dweebs are finally active again. Blade Ninja, who was here last week, also putting out content. So you know what? Check out the homies.
Yeah, so
The wheels are turning.
the wheels are turning, things are moving. So definitely, guys. So check out our friends in the community. We appreciate the support. But as you hear for the Off the Bench podcast, we also have a segment called Binge Chillin. If you don't know what that is, this is your time where the team talks about what we're watching on the side, what we're talking about that's off season. As you know, right now is the football season about to start. I could use that word. Off season is what's going on the outside. And Nate, I want you to start first because I know you have a few things to talk about on the binge chilling aspect.
Yeah, so as we kind of hinted at or alluded to during the intros, I have started a couple series that I am doing videos for on my channel. So if you guys want to go check that out, it'll be down in the description, of course. But I've started Naruto, which is the biggest one that I'm sure that's gonna make most people's eyes kind of like raise an eyebrow, like, oh, Naruto, like first off, how have you not watched that? I know I haven't watched it.
How did you avoid that? Having Tsunami, us living in the US,
Yeah.
having learned that accessible, having the dub every single episode. Believe it. Believe it.
I mean, the only thing that it was Dragon Ball. That was the only one out of a lot of the long running, like, bigger series, like even like One Piece and Bleach. Like, I've read those. I haven't watched, like, well, I'm watching the Bleach anime now for the 1,000-Year Blood War, but like to catch up to Bleach, I just read it. I didn't watch the anime. I haven't watched any of the One Piece anime. I've read it though. I've read up to like Punk Hazard, which I need to get back on. But yeah, in terms of like watching like Naruto, it's my first time. I'm only 2 episodes in, but the premiere, episode 1, I was not expecting it to be as emotional as it was, for sure, because like, at least in comparison to a lot of other series of this nature, like I feel like you get like that motivating kind of like, flashy sort of protagonist. You get like their goal and you're just like, man, like I'm hyped. Like I want to like kind of root this, but like you could definitely tell what they were going for. Like they're trying to hit you in the feels off rip.
And the
I'm just
score
like,
is already like in the background. You hear the score. And also I was going to ask, how did it feel seeing the old school animation, like back in the late 90s when it was done? How did it feel just seeing
Early
old school
2000s.
Early 2000s?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of like when you're consuming a lot of like newer seasonal stuff, like, yeah, going back to that can be a bit jarring maybe in a way. But I feel like for Naruto's case, I feel like I mean, I've saw clips of it, right? I've saw a lot of clips of Naruto, so I am familiar with, some of the cuts. I am pretty blind when it comes to like certain plot elements and like what happens with certain characters and things of that nature. But yeah, like I've saw clips, and I think Naruto, in comparison to a lot of other series, right, from around that time, like holds up a lot better nowadays, right? So I feel like personally, I like it. I like the old style for it. It's something I am a bit used to as well because I have watched a lot of series, although it's not as common now because I watch so much seasonal stuff. But I like it, honestly, so far. And I know it's early, so I'm sure once it gets into the higher stakes kind of fights and whatnot is when they'll really start showing off some more. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm still very early on. I haven't even, like, they've shown like characters like Sasuke and Sakura and Hinata, like they've showed them in the background, but they haven't really officially even introduced them yet. Like,
and
that's
plus
how early I'm in.
Because you said that, I believe Offer told us that you didn't know that they were all in the same class. You thought they were like a bit separated too.
Yeah, I thought they just like kind of somehow become like acquainted with one another, like run into it, one another or whatever. Like maybe like 1 or 2 of them, but it felt like so many characters, like, oh, they're just in the same class off rip, which is kind of cool.
I also like,
yeah,
that's like class 1A of my hero. Like that's class 1A where like they're the key opponents of the characters. There's still class 1B that are there, but we don't really see them until much later, or they are slowly referenced in flashbacks until later.
Right.
They're called the Konoha 12, and only 3 of them aren't there.
Yes.
So yeah, a lot of them are there.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm down with that. I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly, until I saw it. I'm like, wait, they're already all in the same class. But yeah, I've been enjoying that so far. That's the big one. And then I'm continuing, obviously, my Uma Musume journey with Pretty Derby. I may have mentioned this in an episode or two ago, before Hot or Flop, because I think that happened before that. But yeah, I'm back on Uma Musume Pretty Derby season 1. I'm not going to really say much about that. And then also I started Akame ga Kill, which is another one. Yeah, I haven't watched. Not as big as like Naruto. Still really popular though, but somehow I've never watched it. And I honestly, I've been the biggest takeaway for me so far is like, I didn't think I was gonna like be in like the main guy, Tatsumi. Like I've kind of been impressed a little bit. I don't know. I had low expectations for the MC because I've never really heard much about him. Honestly, like it's always about Death. It's always about like how like Akame, like people shit on Akame because you know the series is named after her, but she's like emotionless and you know she's like a robot, it feels like almost, right? So I'll hear things about the other characters. I never hear anything about the Tatsumi guy. So I'm watching it and I was just like, some of his actions, especially like how he didn't hesitate to kind of like, he literally killed someone in the first episode. I was like, okay, he's not really a bitch. Like I was kind of expecting him to be that, and that wasn't necessarily the case, which, you know, I'll take that honestly. But yeah, it looks fantastic. I've been enjoying it, honestly, the first 2 episodes of it. It doesn't hold back in terms of the brutality, the violence. There's a lot of corruption going on. Still very early on in that one, so I'm curious how I'm going to feel about that as I go along. And then the last one, which I'll give a little plug here to the Weebs and Dweebs, obviously, which we don't have the video up yet, but it's coming soon. Me and my Ruzu started Hellsing Ultimate, and dude, that first episode was awesome. Like this was early mid 2000s as well, much like Naruto, but this was Madhouse with Hellsing Ultimate, and I feel like this is when Madhouse was like really in their bag, right?
Oh yeah,
this is like 2009 Madhouse.
Yeah, because I believe
Madhouse.
I believe Madhouse at the time also did One Punch Man season 1 at the time, right? As well during that.
Well, that was like 2015.
I did 2014, 2015, but still like during that like 2005, 2015, like they did like beautiful content before, you know, slack off and
I feel like they have kind of been on the bounce back lately with like Free-Ren and things like that. But like there was a little bit of time, you know, after like One Punch Man, I feel like, and I know they had Orb recently as well, but like before that, there was a little gap where people were kind of like shitting on Madhouse. Like what happened to the old Madhouse and things.
I feel like it was because we got like the emergence of the studio that ended up taking over Attack on Titan. What are they called? My head.
Mappa.
Mappa.
Yeah, that is true. Mappa's become a giant, and a lot of the team that was a part of Madhouse is what created Mappa.
Yeah,
so
they went to Mappa. So
yeah,
and also everything that happened during the pandemic. So a lot of variables happened during too many times.
Yeah, but no, Hellsing Ultimate episode 1. Like Alucard's introduction, Sarah's Victoria, even like some from the Vatican. I forget his name. I think his name was like Alexander. I don't know. Some of the cast, like, I mean, it was an awesome first episode. I don't want to say too much, but definitely be on the lookout for when that reaction comes out, because I feel like there's a lot of good reactions just to come out of that series, especially like the episodes are like 50 minutes, an hour long, and me and my Ruzu at the end of it were like, man, that didn't even feel like it was that long.
Oh wait,
so that just
each
tells you right
episode
there.
was that long?
Yeah, each episode is like 50 minutes about.
I didn't know that. I was unaware. Yeah. The only type of
every single episode.
The only type of vampire content I've seen in the recent year is Castlevania, but also because I grew up with the game, so like I actually love Castlevania for that reason. But I never saw Hellsing Ultimate, and I know that it's like vampire-esque, or I don't know. I don't know if Hellsing is supposed to be Dracula himself, but I know it was like vampire.
Alucard is Dracula backwards.
Yeah, Alucard is Dracula.
Yeah, which was funny. I threw that to Miles. I was like, "Did you know that?" And I was like, "We there's a little joke in the reaction probably that we'll have in there where it's like we're asking the audience like, "Did y'all know that? Did y'all know Alucard backwards is Dracula?"
Yeah, that one I knew because of Pika Castlevania. Dracula has his son Alucard, and Belmont. So like that storyline is there. So that's part I knew.
Yeah, but that was a lot of fun. So yeah, bunch of new things that I'm starting. Well, they're not really new, but in terms for me, they're new, that I've been meaning to get to for a long time. So I'm happy that, I'm finally getting on board for a lot of these more popular series, I guess you would say, for sure. And continuing, obviously, my Uma Musume journey. So yeah, Grem, what have you been up to? What have you been binging? I know you got some things.
Right, right. But I heard Boss Man's got something for us. He said he
Okay, we can
tell us something, right?
I don't
we
mind.
we
I
can
don't mind us
we
pivoting.
can slide the
to,
boss.
Yeah, I don't mind pivoting. Or so look, I have a couple things, chat, because your boy did some work. I cut up to my seasonal stuff, so you will hear that during the seasonal spotlight. We change up to animation spotlight because I feel like seasonal spotlight makes more sense for the actual name of the segment. But for what I watched for the Been Chillin', so I was telling Memory a couple of days ago, yo, I want to put my wife on a show, one of my favorites. And I was telling him about the bio. Yo, this bio don't make sense. This bio don't really intrigue.
I know what it is now.
Yeah, exactly. See? So
Yeah.
I told Memory, like, yo, I really want to put my wife because it's one of my favorite shows. Me and Nate, we have a lot of favorite shows in common. But this one, my wife hadn't watch it. She hasn't even watched the name I put myself on, Trigon. I still haven't shown her that one. And that one was 26 episodes. But I decided, you know what? Let me add another long series on our watch list. Which, SAO, for those that don't know, Sword Art Online. And I showed my wife the bio. She was not interested in, but then I showed the first of it, like, yo, would you mind watching the first of it? But look, you don't have to be interested. Just watch a few. At first, after the episode was done, she was like, I think you said watch one. No. I said like watch 3. Then you could decide, because one is kind of hard to pick point in an anime. You gotta watch at least 3. Then from there you could choose. So when we first saw it, I saw her face, because at times when I watch content with my wife, I like to analyze her face, see how she is. I knew she was not hooking. By her facial expression, by eyes, she was not hooking. I was sad. I'll tell you, chat. I was sad because, like, for anybody that don't know, One Piece, SAO, Slime, and Trigon are like my top 4 type of media, like in most type of genre or just overall. And so online, if my wife don't like it, I'm totally fine. Not gonna feel like upset or anything. I'm gonna feel sad. I'm gonna be honest about that. But just her watching it was a great feeling and everything. Just seeing my boy Kirito, still watching it, it makes me question, like, damn, Kayuba, you're a real dick. Just to see, he's like, yes, I had you 10,000 people log in, and then you're all fuck. Because if you die in real life and in the game. And I'm like, yo, if I was in that world, I would be like Kirito too. Like, yo, I was a beater. I'm leaving. I'm going to go around this town, survive. I'm sorry. If I was in clan position, my guy, you're too nice. I get it. That you're friends with you. Look, if I have friends like Grem and A and like my team in them, then yes, I would look out for them. But if I have people that I just met like the past month or 2 months ago and just told them to buy the game, I'm sorry, motherfuckers. Y'all better survive. If I see you, I see ya. Because that shit was tough. I'm like, damn, Klein, you want to go back? That's a hard choice. Just seeing that.
He knew them from a game before.
Exactly.
So,
that's why.
He known them for a minute.
Exactly. That's why I understood him. But it's just still like, damn, that's commitment. But I remember.
That's why Klein's the bro, man.
He's the bro. But I also, I feel like sometimes I'll be forgetting, because Klein said a beautiful line. And when he said, I've been a guild master or a guild leader in other previous games. So that's why I'm like, okay, for him to do that, so he has good leadership skills. I'm like, all right, I could. I'm like, Klein, I forgot about you. I gotta give you your flowers. However, this is where the sad part comes in, because when the episode was done, I asked my wife, yo, so what you think? She said, yeah, I'm not interested. Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm not hooking.
She's not even gonna give it 3 episodes.
She was not ready for another 2. She was like, yeah, I'm good. Can we watch Reacher or something else? I was like, hey, but can we do 2 more? She like, I thought you said 1. I'm like, no, 2. In anime, it's a bit different. In TV shows, yeah, a good 50-minute, that's the pilot episode. If it doesn't hook you, it doesn't always, like, you don't got to watch 2 or 3. But in anime, you got, like, it's called the 3-episode rule in anime. So hopefully I could watch her, have her 2, because, she hasn't met Asuna yet. She hasn't met the other cast members that might hook her in. So I'm like, yo.
Asuna might be.
Yeah.
Asuna might be. That might be what.
It's Agil. We all know it's Agil. It's always Agil. He's the hook.
Look. I know my girl love for black men and everything, but I don't think that one single black man out of the whole series is gonna hook her in.
It's Agil. Trust me, it's Agil.
The one man that shows up at least maybe 8 times.
He's the bro as well.
Oh no, he's the bro. 100%. He on a dime, he's the bro. But a man that only shows up maybe 8 or 10 episodes out of a 4-season series, I don't think so.
Hey, man, he's Agil. I know what you want from him, bro.
So-
He's goated.
So that's the quick one. SAO, that's my sad news, Chad. It is. I love SAO. So hopefully I might come back next week or 2 weeks from now and be like, yo, I got her. I got her with SAO. Hopefully we get that. If not, we will be like, mission fail.
We'll get him next time.
Yep. Abort the mission. But the following is me and Neko finally, after I think like 6 months, we finally finished the Daily Life of the Mortar King season 2. Me and Neko finally got that down. After 6 months, we did season 1 and season 2. We're good. I'm cut up where I need to be, and Neko finally got it to where we need to be. So we're gonna start season 3 in September. So it gives her time to catch up her own type of seasonal anime that she's behind on. So we're gonna watch season 3 in September, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait. For those that haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a go manhwa adaptation, really good. The music, the score of opening 2, highly recommend it. It's enjoyable. That's all I got. The third thing is that a big shout out, because I know we haven't yet started it, but we're gonna start sometime soon. Me and the guys are gonna watch some of the Pokemon movies starting sometime this month or next month. So if you guys want to join our Discord community, because we're gonna start watching, because me and a few of the guys haven't watched from movie 7 until like movie 18, but we're just gonna watch from the Lucario movie. For anybody that don't remember, it's the Lucario movie up to like movie 20, just for the fun of it, just to see things that we missed during our childhood and just watch them because we just want to, because we're big fans of Pokemon, even though we don't talk about it that much or probably do mention it.
Up for debate, by the way. I'm gonna get them to go lower because I remember the Celebi movie, which is Pokemon.
I remember up
Forever,
until
right?
after. I remember up until like Lucario. Like I
Yeah.
know I watched the Lucario movie. I just
Same.
don't remember
Same.
anything from it. That's
But
why, like,
I
wanted
don't
to start-
mind.
Like the
I
one
remember
before
the
that.
first movie. I know the first movie. I
Yeah.
know the Entei movie.
Yes.
The first
I
couple
know
ones are
the
like iconic.
Pokemon
Yeah, it's iconic.
Forever.
And the
I
Lugia
don't-
one was
I
good.
don't think I know 3. I've never seen Lugia movie.
Really?
Damn.
Is the Lugia movie with the 3 birds?
Yes.
Okay, then I have seen that.
And where they
Never mind.
sing, where the girl sings with the beautiful melody.
Right,
And I
right,
think
okay.
Ash probably kissed the girl, or the girl kissed him on the cheek, I believe.
And then it's the Celebi movie. Which
Yes.
one's after that? Because I don't think I've seen one after that.
if
So we
you-
might have to go back to 5.
If you
I
can,
think. What's
if you
after
continue making
Celebi?
conversation, I can let you know.
I think Deoxys. Well, Deoxys is before Lucario.
I haven't
think.
seen that movie. I know I haven't seen that.
Okay,
movie.
guys.
That's the one I know for
Chat.
a fact that I remember.
It seems
There's
like
the
we might do
Jirachi
a
one
whole
as well with
20
Rayquaza.
a whole 20 watch along in the next couple months. It seems
Hey,
like it. We just
I'd
might
be
be.
down for that too.
It-
We're watching
Yeah,
Pokemon
yeah,
movies. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, it just seems like that might be the thing, because it seems like Mangar Grem is like, hey, I have a bit of a more of a gap. Can we just go pack a bit more? Which I don't mind then.
I remember 1 because Pokemon 1 is the Pikachu movie
Mewtwo.
where Mewtwo, right?
Yeah,
And
the second one is
second
Lugia.
No,
Oh,
no.
it's the Lugia movie.
The second is the Lugia. 3 is the Entei.
The third
4
one is the Entei.
is the
4 is
Celebi.
Celebi.
5 is the
That's
Latios and
Pokemon
Latias.
Forever. I haven't seen 5.
And then 6 is the Jirachi.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't saw the Latias and Latios?
Really? That was
Nope.
so
I've
good.
never seen it.
That one I
I've seen
believe
it.
was based in France, I
Like the
believe.
one like where Latias like turns into like as a girl and then is
I've
kissing-
seen the
kissing-
clip. I've never
That's
watched
crazy,
the
bro.
movie,
No,
though.
those first like 6-7 movies are like fantastic, bro.
Yeah, so chat,
Well,
we may be
seen
watching
4
them.
of them. So.
Like that's
You know?
why I'd be down. Like
Yeah.
even if we don't start from Lucario, either way we're watching some Pokemon movies.
Yeah, so
Like I
chat,
said.
just be aware. Let us know if you guys want type of single reviews of them on the channel, because eventually we'll make time for it. Just do a little single type of little Pokemon reviews. Other than that,
So chat, please put Mushoku Tensei in the comments because I want to talk about it so bad. I
Yes.
don't think you understand. So I'm cutting off Boss Man because he's done. I
have like one more. I have like.
all right, fine, go.
All right, quick one. I found out this blew my mind. I just want to shout it out. A big shout to Memory, because he blew my mind that there was a fucking Halo animated series, which
Oh,
kind of blew my
no.
mind. That was something I didn't know existed.
Not Red
Um,
versus Blue.
Yeah.
Pokemon Halo Legends.
Yeah.
Also by
okay.
Madhouse. We
Yes.
talked about Madhouse earlier.
Yeah.
Also by Madhouse, which is
In
interesting.
2010,
Yeah.
I saw a few clips. Looks amazing. I told Nate that, hey, can we watch it in the future? He said he don't mind because he said it was actually good or entertaining to some retrospect. So I do want to watch it because I am a big Halo fan, so I would love to check it out. And the last thing is, I did finally finish Grand Blue season 1. I will be checking out season 2 for us to talk about on the next week's show. Now I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I've been like I said, like Memory said, he's been blowing me off a little bit. So I've been sitting here on my hands, looking around, trying to figure out something to do. So I've been binging some stuff. So first
He's
off,
like, let me prepare myself.
Let me just set up real quick. All right. So first off, your girl Neko, last time on Binge Chillin, I told you guys I finished Wotakoi, and Love is Hard for an Otaku, right? And that was something that Neko has been talking about, so I really enjoyed it. And I was like, yo, Neko, I kind of really like that. You know, you got something for me like that? And she goes, hold my beer. I got you. So she gave me Servant X Service, which is a story about these guys that are public servants, and it's just like the daily life of a public servant. And there's like these 3 romance plots that happen in between it, and it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. I quite enjoyed it. The only thing I like kind of really had an issue with is that the main romance with Lucy and our boy didn't ever start. Like they legitimately do not get together in the anime.
So what, you can't call it a romance? Or
I mean, I can. There's romance in the background, right?
Right.
But the main couple, like they are into each other and they want to date. But
it's
Lucy said no.
Damn.
No, Lucy said no. She said no. She said I need to go deal with something. And it's so stupid. Literally a couple chapters after that in the manga they get together. So it just cut off right before they got together.
Damn, that sucks.
So, yeah, it was a little bit sad, but it was a real fun time. I really like Lucy. I really like the main boy. Some of the background characters were great. It was a lot of fun.
And would you recommend to other people? Like that series? Like, would you recommend it?
Yeah. I'll watch it. It's a fun watch. It's really quick. It's like 13 episodes. It's pretty fast. You know, it's pretty good.
Okay, that's a good 7 hours for like a regular day.
Not that much, but yeah. And then after that, I was like, okay, what should I do? And so I was looking at my list of stuff that I had planned to watch, and I saw this series, and I put it on. And you know, for the first like 10 episodes, I felt really dumb. Well, no, I felt really dumb after the first 10 episodes. Because I was watching this, and I was like, oh, that's a lot of... I was like, that's a... You know what? That's a good point. Because I watched... he reminded me.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
I wasn't. I was talking about a different
felt
show.
stupid.
Yeah, because
you got to a certain
I just talking about Slam Dunk. That's why.
I was talking about Slam Dunk.
Okay.
He was talking about something else. So I watched the first episode of this anime because it was on my list. I know it was a popular one, and I watched the first episode. And after the first episode, I messaged in our group chat. I kid you not. I messaged in our group chat, guys, I think I've seen this show. I'm fairly certain I've seen.
In every couple episodes, he's like, "Yes, I've seen this show. Yes,
I've absolutely seen this show." I watched episode 1 of Chivalry of a Fair Old Knight, and I was like, you know, I feel like I've seen this. I'm not entirely certain. Maybe because like it kind of feels like Asterisk War.
Or you fell asleep in it.
It kind of feels like Asterisk War. You know, I feel like I've maybe seen this. I'm not sure. Episode 2, I messaged literally bar for bar what Memory just said. No, I fucking watched this. Now, I finished episode 1, I finished episode 2. I've seen this. I said, but I'm not sure. Because maybe there's just another one, okay? That is super similar. Anyway, I binged all of Chivalry of a Failed Knight again. Yeah, I've seen it. I remember it was a good refresher. Every single
that reminds me with Akashi Bastard or something like that, I think it's pronounced.
Akashic Records and Bastard Magical Instructor.
The long and correct title, yes. The short one I was trying to do, but yes, correct that one. I thought I watched it. I mean, I thought I didn't watch it, and by the time I got to episode 12, I was like, wait a minute. It seems familiar. I did watch it, and then I literally rewatched the whole thing until the right end is when I realized I'm like, yeah, this felt like
No, I've definitely seen this.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling very well in that part.
So yeah, I rewatched all of Shiver of a Feld Night. It was a fun read. I
Nice.
kind of wish there was more content. I may have went and found the light novel, maybe. Then
Not sure.
I as back to what I was talking about. I got like 10 episodes in this anime and I felt kind of dumb cuz I was just scrolling on my phone and I was just really curious about one thing. So I looked it up on my phone. And I was like, this character is based off of someone. I know it. So I looked it up, and it said the show Slam Dunk. The characters are loosely based off of the Chicago Bulls in the '90s. The main character being Dennis Rodman. And I'm looking at this going, that fucking tracks. What is wrong with me? The coach on the bench is literally Phil Jackson. He's literally called the Buddha. Like that's Phil Jackson's nickname. Like he was known as being
the
that
Zen
guy.
master.
The Zen master, right? Yeah. He was known as the Zen master, and it was like, oh shit, really? You got the main character's rival, of course, being Jordan. He's fucking perfect. You've got
He was giving us the play-by-play in the group chat. So this is this is oh yeah, this tracks, this makes sense.
It all makes sense. I was like, my fucking mind was blown because I was like, I feel like I know a little, like, I feel like these characters like should be people, and it's because they are. It's the fucking '90s Bulls, and so you got your Dennis Rodman, you've got freaking Michael Jordan, you've got Scottie Pippen is one of the characters. He's a bench player, which is kind of funny because Pippen was never on the bench, but
Steve
like.
Kerr.
Steve Kerr is their 3-point specialist, which is our boy, what's his name, Mimi or whatever. I don't know, but like it was a whole thing. I was mind blown when I figured that out. I was like, oh my god, it makes so much sense. Meanwhile, I don't want to put this out. I'm 5 games deep of this, and our main character Sakuragi has fouled out 5 for 5. He's on that Dennis Rodman streak. He does not know how to stay in a game. It's peak.
What's funny, chat?
How do you foul out
Accurate.
5 for 5 games, bro?
Yeah,
I asked Grem, like, hey, but why are you not watching the other basketball anime, Kuno Basket? Because to me, that's the old version of what Blue Lock is today, where they have fucking the Speed Force unlocked here in the soccer anime. So I'm like, why don't you watch Kuno Basket? Like, yeah. His response was like, nah, I'd rather watch an actual basketball. I'm like, yep, makes sense.
I mean, I'm the same way. I prefer more grounded.
Yeah, more grounded. Like
yeah.
as much as I love anime, I want, when it comes to sports, I want grounded. Like, of course, with Hinata, when it comes to Haikyuu, he has the extra speed, but at least what he does in this anime of Haikyuu is believable. Even he runs to the top and jumps. We have seen some volleyball. If anybody have seen some clips in the Olympics, or anybody have seen some of those things that we have seen, it's possible. In Colonel Basket or Blue Lock, I'm sorry, you could be in the zone in any sports. I've been in the zone in moments in my athletic career, but you cannot fucking do a flash step and move outside of a dude and go like 25 feet away from him in a flash step. Like, nah, that to me don't fascinate me. I'd rather watch a shonen anime instead for that. But when it comes to sports, nah. So I'm glad that he's watching Slam Dunk, because I heard many great things about it. I know that I believe it had a movie a couple years ago, I believe.
Yeah, it did. It had a new movie, like the first Slam Dunk, I think it was called, and it was like all CGI, which I know some people were at first had an issue with it, and then like the movie came out and it's had pretty much nothing but good reviews. I heard that it had good reception as well. Yeah.
So
what else did you have, Grem?
I watched I'm around episode 49 of
Slam Dunk. 49.
You're about what, halfway? That's about halfway.
About
right?
halfway, yeah. A little less than halfway, but yeah. I've been watching a lot of Slam Dunk. I got a little bit fatigued of Slam Dunk, and I've been talking about this anime for a minute. I've been wanting people, specifically Boss Man, to get on this anime. He has a little bit of bad memories with it, but I still want him to get to it. I've been waiting. I've been fiending. I've been pining for season 3. I've been out here. I've been talking about wanting to talk about it with Watkins. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing a rewatch.
You did.
And I'm almost half. I finished all of season 1 of Mushoku. I am halfway done with Mushoku Tensei season 2. This is all, by the way, while waiting for Nate to get back to me.
Yeah, this is all done within a week, chat. Like, this literally happened from How to Flop weekend to now.
Oh, no,
of the day recording.
No, I started watching Slam Dunk last week.
Yeah, the week before How to Flop. That's what I say. The week of How to Flop to now. So this is all from August 4th to August 17th, in a way.
Yeah, okay. So that's 2 weeks, not one. All right, don't paint me in that bad a light. All right. So yeah, I've been binging some things. I've been Slam Dunk. It's fun. It's fun since I wasn't old enough to be watching the 90s Bulls as dominant as they were. It's fun to see, it portrayed in anime with some high school boys.
I'm shocked. Oh, wait, Nate, have you watched it? Because I'm shocked. I know that, like,
Slam Dunk, no.
I'm shocked that you haven't, because I know that you play basketball like on a weekly basis. So I know that, like, I
don't think I've watched any, like, I know there's not like that many, but like
Basket,
yeah, like and there's one called like Basquatch, which is like basketball with like robots. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that one, but that was one that always interests me. But like there's one like that. There's Kuroko, obviously. Slam Dunk, Real. Well, that's the manga, also from the same author, by the way.
Also, there's Blue Box.
Slam Dunk.
That's
yeah,
not.
Yeah, that's partially in a way.
Partially.
Yeah. But it's like a straight
only basketball player we know. Okay,
in terms of straight up all around, yeah. Blue Box might be a stretch, but yeah, there's not that many. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, because I'm starting here
because it is my favorite sport.
With AnyList. I click in a Slam Dunk. I went down and I click basketball, and then it literally is giving me a lot of options, and I'm like, no way, that's basketball. No way, that's basketball, because right here it's showing me.
Yeah, it'll give the show, even if it had like an episode where they're playing basketball.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's a few of them that are showing me, and I'm like, that's not basketball. No way.
Yeah. But no, I think the thing that's what it's always been for me is that, like, maybe not for Slam Dunk, but really for Kuroko, because I feel like Kuroko's always been the main one that's been recommended to me, and I'm just like, I'm kind of scared, honestly, because I'm just like,
same.
Some of the stuff you see like in the series, I'm just like, man, like that's just not my. I feel like that's not my type of vibe for a sports series.
Same. So. I was watching it when I was in college, in a dorm room. One of my friends, a big shout out to my brother Rohan, that they was watching Kuroko Basket, and they said, yo, Migo, come through, come watch this. And I saw this dude, and I think I saw the main protagonist or one of the other yellow, green, blue, or brown hair dudes literally just like the slow motion shot of him just going from here to just here. And I'm like, okay, that's basketball in anime, but not basketball though. Like, that's fucking like, why am I seeing a character do a bleach flash step in a basketball game?
Yeah, I mean, they were like, I think there were some clips where I'm seeing them shoot like from like freaking half court or like beyond half court with like some like crazy like power. They're just like, I'm just, okay, come on. I mean, it's different. It's different if it's like a one-off thing, like Hunter x Hunter with like the volleyball. Like that wasn't like that was dope, right? But like if it's a whole series of that, that's where I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, it does have a good rep, Kuroko, so I'm sure it's fine. But like, that's always been my hesitation with it, right? Is because probably mostly of that. So
like let me put it like this: there's a character in Kuroko no Basket that's literally invisible. Okay. There's a character in Kuroko no Basket that cannot miss a 3-pointer.
Yeah, I mean,
cannot miss. That guy that you saw shooting from half court, he shot a freaking full court shot, normal, and it was just a rainbow straight into the basket. He cannot miss. Yes, and then there's a guy that can copy their superpower.
I would much prefer something like Slam Dunk, I'm sure, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I'm sure.
That's only three of the 6 main characters. Okay. That's only 3 of them.
I'm sorry, chat. I was eating my last bite of food, and I said that a character could copy some other basketball player's skill power set. I'm like,
bro, they're playing like 2K, like at that point, like they're like, no. I don't even. They're mixing like 2K with like the old NBA like street games and shit.
Yeah.
Yes, like fucking
NBA Jam.
NBA Jam. Yeah.
yeah. I forgot the one for FIFA. Street FIFA or I forgot the actual name for it, but it kind of felt like that because, like, why does it feel like I'm watching or I'm hearing Taskmaster? Like being like, yeah, I'm gonna copy your moveset. I'm gonna copy your exact elbow being the exact position to shoot the same 3 points. Like, what? I don't need that.
Literally what he does, by the way. Literally exactly what he does.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Anyway, this is your seasonal anime podcast. Where, be advised, audience and listeners, we review seasonal anime coverage going from August 4th, Monday, August 4th, to Sunday, August 17th. This is our seasonal spotlight, our deep dives and mini reviews. So
We're starting off.
Start off. There you go. With
We're starting
Shonen.
off with Shonen. We're mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, Chad.
yeah.
We have
and
learned
that-
we have learned a bit of our mistakes over the past couple of episodes where some of the things should be restructured, so we did so.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Also, like Grem mentioned, we're talking about the 4th to the 17th. I feel like primarily we'll talk about the episodes that came out this week because those are more fresh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we will probably sprinkle in some bits from like the previous episodes and whatnot before that. So
For sure.
but yeah, we're starting off with Shonen. We're going to start off obviously with our honorable mentions.
Since
Togen Anki.
I believe I'm the only
Episode
one.
6.
Wait, Grem, did you see it as well?
Yeah.
All right, so Yumi could quickly rapid fire about this one. Toga Anaki, I would say, is one of my favorite episodes of this week. I would say top 10 because I love the mental conversation of the MC had within himself. Because, like, even me talking about it, it's gonna give me goosebumps because one of the most beautiful lines he said, it was two. One, go for the headshot. I don't know why, but something about the line just fuck with me. I laugh, I giggle out loud. I'm a cop player. I'm a Call of Duty player since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 or whatever it's called, and then 4. I grew up with the old ones, and then just hearing that go for the headshot in any type of shooter game is just like just hearing that in anime was hilarious. But the mental conversation that Shiki said when he was getting those headshots and killing the dead people that were already dead is that how can I get over this path of killing the people that are already dead? How am I supposed to overcome this? What am I supposed to do? Is this part of life? Am I supposed to go through this? And seeing the child that just lost her parents come back to life and get another headshot to stay dead, it just felt very psychological driven into that character, just hearing the monologue of him, and I really enjoy that because it made us show that he's afraid as anybody else, but he's pushing himself through what he got to do just to survive, not just him and the other people around him. So it was really refreshing just to hear a MC understand in the situation he's in, but also understand that he's not just there for himself but for others. So I really love that. How about you, Graham?
I really enjoyed him thinking to himself, like, that's the hero. He's supposed to be the hero, and he's doing this horrible stuff. That's supposed to be the hero. He said, fuck it, I'll be the villain then. He pulled a Crash. He said, I'm the villain of this story, and I'm damn happy to do it too. But, I mean, we ended off on a cliffhanger. He's coming down, the little psychopath's coming down with the big titty girl.
Oh, he's
so I don't know
psycho.
what's gonna happen.
Oh, he's definitely psycho.
boy.
That bro, that
He looks
smile.
like Doflamingo. Oh, he looks like Doflamingo. Tell me I'm wrong. Coming down those stairs with the silhouette, he looks like Dofi, bro.
I see
He
because the
straight
attitude,
up looks
because
like
the attitude, the twisted mind, and knowing that like he's ready to kill, and no matter, because for anybody that don't know, Dofi is from One Piece, so I highly agree with that because that's a good statement. Because if anybody that knows One Piece and knows about Dofi's past, I don't need to say anymore. So yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can't really see what happens next. They end up in a cliffhanger, and I like how the animator, I'm not sure if this is also kind of related to the manga, but I love how the way the art kind of make the silhouettes very purple, very red with the lining, like just making the characters like facial expression more hardcore, if that makes sense.
The
Okay.
line work.
Yeah,
But
very
yeah,
nice line work. Other than that, I got to
I've been great.
Kaiju number 8. I mean, this like, I
Where-
mean, for
Where are you guys in Kaiju number 8? Because I know I read, I think I've current this episode or the previous one, I know is where I would be anime only. So where are you guys at currently?
so this is a pretty big development, I would say, in the story. So if you haven't got to this point, I don't know if I want to say it, but
In Kaiju number 8, I was left off in
it revolves
chapter,
around a death.
in chapter
It revolves
70.
around a death.
I was left on chapter 73 in Kaiju number 8. So right before the time
Okay,
or like not time skip, but like 3-month type of pass, because Kaiju number 10, where Kaiju
Oh,
number.
okay, so you just they showed Kaiju number 10 at the end of the end of this episode.
So that means by next episode I should be anime only then. Okay, so that's good then.
yeah,
they're really good
so
pace.
This episode was especially if you didn't see it coming. Like for me, I obviously had already like read it, so I knew this was coming. But like still, like, right, it's kind of like a little bit of a gut punch, especially seeing like the other characters' reactions, like Kikuru's reaction to Isao's death and all that, and just kind of everyone grieving, and obviously also kind of having that motivation to be better, right, to get better after something like this happening, really shaking up the whole defense corps. So it was a solid episode, honestly. I feel like you see kind of a lot of our characters like Kikuru, like even Gen, Kafka, kind of maybe revitalize in a way. Like this is going to push them even further, like kind of give them another step into just getting stronger. And obviously we have Kaiju number 10 being shown at the end of the episode, so that's obviously, I'm sure people are gonna be curious on what's gonna end up happening with that. So yeah, I mean, when you have a character like Isao, maybe we weren't as connected to him as a lot of the other casts we have in here, but it was mostly, like I said, to see the others kind of their reactions to it, like someone like Kikuru and her breaking down. She didn't even go to the funeral, stuff like that hit. But in terms of like Isao's death in particular, I don't feel too like it didn't get me all like that. Probably also I knew it was coming, but to kill off the commander, someone like that pretty early on is kind of like a big deal, I would say. So yeah, it was a solid episode.
By the way,
honestly.
Has the animation improved since season 1? Because I think that's what I've been kind of dragging my feet of season 1, because the character design is very flat. So I think
the animation has always been good. It's just the designs.
Yeah, that was my better question. Sorry, has the design improved since season 1? Because that's what I've been dragging my feet. No, okay.
I wouldn't say so.
So just watch the show if you're a fan. Then don't really try to critique it more than what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we're gonna see Kaiju number 10 soon, which is gonna be a lot of fun because anyway. But yeah, I liked, like you said, Kikuru. I feel like this episode hinges on Kikuru's delivery, and then the conversation between Kafka and Gen. The whole I understand what's going on, and as a person, I cannot allow you, morally, I cannot allow you to continue. But as a pissed off friend and fucking student to this man, I don't give a shit.
Go off.
With all respect, you are going to help me. And I know because you were there. We were the only two that were there. You will not say no to me. And Kafka's like, was it ever in doubt? Was it ever?
I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever, which is scary in a way, because it's like, that whole dilemma of like him holding on to that humanity. Is that, as we go forward in the series, is that going to be something that he's even able to do, which is, it's kind of scary to think about, right? Especially for the connections he's made with some of the cast and things like that. So
I love it when it comes to characters like that in MCs, when they have a type of modified twist in their body. Like, for example, Naruto, no spoilers, but he has a demon. In case you didn't know, Nate, he had a demon inside him.
I know.
It's called Nine Tails. So
I know the very first episode, it's very clear that is the thing.
Hey, I tried to make sure. I tried to make sure it was clarified. Hey, no spoilers. But I love it when characters have like a monster inside them and they always question their identity. Like, do I go this far to save the people and become that monster, or do I still hold my humanity, but I cannot reach that strength to save the people? So I love when characters kind of have that dual identity crisis, because it's scary for any person when in the real world that has their own problems and real life problems, but when you come to an additional criteria of having a monster inside you, or a kaiju, or a demon, or like a Sakuna, etc. When it comes to MC,
hollow,
etc. When it comes to many of those variations, it's just very interesting when you hear those MCs in the monologue of how will they overcome this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. That's always one of like the things. I feel like that's just like an effective sort of form of like character writing for sure, is to kind of touch on that. Like that's something we see a lot. Like a lot of the things you mentioned, and even like with stuff like Ghost in the Shell, right? Like the whole robot thing, like with them in human emotions, like that's always a big one as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this episode of Kaiju, it was solid. It was solid, honestly.
Glad to hear that. Before we get into Sakamoto Days, I did add in Dr. Stone season 4 because I know me and Nick could briefly talk about it. Because Nate, you didn't watch it, right, Dr. Stone?
The newest episode, I don't think I did, bro. I'm gonna be
It's
honest.
where
Yeah,
the
I
newest
didn't. Yeah, I
episode.
didn't.
Okay, didn't. Okay. Very vague spoilers, and I would say, really cool concept of what you left off in episode 5, that they found the fucking mountain.
Yeah.
Mountain of Medusas, and just finding that out, like just saying that, even again talking about, just gave me goosebumps, because even Zeno and Senku were like, what the fuck is it? Like, this is not normal. How do we get to this? So trying to figure it out. But one of the scariest thing in this episode is finding out that the reason the world never knew this type of weapon was used is because these small weapons of Medusas could avoid radio waves. So that's why they was in covert when they got launched on the world. And that's what Senku and Zeno found out. And once you find out, I'm like, oh shit. Like, just the way Senku and Zeno literally figure it out. But guess how they figure it out? It's because my boy Chrome was just asking the dumb questions, but for him was smart questions. But just the way Senku and Zeno were like, wait a minute, we didn't think about that. And just seeing the trial and error to figure it out what it was amazing. Good timing. And a big shout out to my muscle crew. They literally got told to make diamonds, and the muscle crew was the people that was still at the Science Kingdom. If you know, you know. And people always say bronze over brain, and sometimes, you know, it depends on the story. Brains will win or bronze wins, but right now in this episode, they had to prove that no matter if you are bronze, you could still have some type of brain. Science is not only for the brain. Science is for anybody and everybody that has any type of interest within the science type of umbrella. So it was beautiful how Senku explained that, and I just love just seeing that. So it was a beautiful analogy. I can't wait for Nate to watch it, because for me it was a good episode. I can't wait to see how the series ends, because I believe there's just one more season after this, and I heard that the series had a interesting ending that some fans didn't enjoy or not. So I'm just waiting to get there so I can find out if I'm in the flip side or not.
Yeah, I'm curious how I'm gonna feel about the ending as well. I feel like mostly it's had a negative rep, but
yeah,
you know, we'll see. We'll have to judge it for our own. You know,
most people have said in the negative rep, so I'm just curious to know when me and Nate get there. We'll be like, yo, so what you think?
Yeah, I just feel like for something like Dr. Stone, with how consistently like good I feel like it's gonna be hard to like
fall off.
You know, yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to just like, depending on the ending, like to just completely write it off or something like that. You know, like maybe I'll be a little disappointed, but like overall,
Same.
I'll be looking back at the whole journey with this
Which
cast.
was
I'm just
amazing,
like, I can't even really be that upset. But we'll see. Maybe we'll feel strongly about it. Who knows?
Only time will tell. But other than Dr. Stone, you guys have a series to talk about called Sakamoto Days.
Sakamoto, man, it's still cooking, bro. It is still, this second part in particular, while me and Grem are watching, I'm just like, the most recent episode where they're fighting in the plane, I'm just like, some of the cuts, like with Shin fighting Mafuyu in the like, I'm like, bro, this is the kind of stuff we needed in part 1. And I mean, it makes sense why maybe more resources and things like that were put towards this part, because like we've talked about time and time again, I've definitely talked about it, is like
We did
this
say
is
that.
this is the content like from this part onward where I feel like Sakamoto Days really starts to hit like its stride, and I mean, yeah, the plane stuff, I think the whole we're moving into a new arc, obviously, with the transfer exam arc. That's kind of what this newest episode,
The tuning exams, what?
yeah, what it started. I think the whole concept of like, you take off on a plane, you think you're like going somewhere to take the test, but it's like, no, the test starts now.
The hunter
Wait.
exam?
Yeah.
Did it
wait.
happen in the Hunter
Oh.
x Hunter exam? Even though
That's
I've
why
only
I did
Yeah.
to third,
even
right?
though
Like the
I've only
hunter
watched
exam?
6 episodes of Hunter x Hunter, but yeah.
Yeah, it
The
is that
hunter
vibe.
exams?
It is that
Tuning
vibe.
exams?
Yeah. But yeah,
The
just,
Hashira
all the
exam?
weapons, all the weapons dropping from the ceiling, and then they're just like, whoa, like crazy.
Look, I'm
But
happy. I'm happy to hear Sakamoto has been doing well, because I read up to where the anime is. I think I read up to episode 3, and I've only watched an episode 2, so I'm like 4 episodes behind. But I'm not that crazy on the spoilers, because I'm gonna catch up either way. But I'm glad to hear this. The plane thing has me a bit questioning to know how the fuck did we get to a plane fight. That's what I'm waiting to find out. Because how do we get from episode 2 where they were in the supermarket? How do we get from there to now episode 6? They're in a fucking plane fight. Like it sounds like they're like snakes on a plane type of story.
With how episode 5, I mean, freaking went with, which was insane. Like with Takamura, old man Takamura.
Oh,
dude,
old man Takamura.
The aura just straight out here, aura farming.
Oh, he aura
like,
farms.
on it, literally. When he shows up in a scene, like I lock the hell in, because I know some crazy shit's gonna happen, and that was the case with episode 5 even. But even like Sakamoto and Slur facing off, and obviously you can tell they made that apparent that there's like a past obviously there between them. So once we get to that, when we learn more about that, that's a big deal. I mean, there was a lot of great moments in these 2 episodes, especially episode 5. I would say, like, yeah, the newest episode, it is kind of like the very beginning of a new arc, but I still feel like it started off really well, right? Just that whole, like, to have a whole fight kind of in a plane, and you're kind of having to traverse through like the seats and whatnot, and like the compartments up top being used, and just like a lot of little creative things that Sakamoto Days has always been good at. I feel like is kind of coming up with creative ways to do fights and action. So yeah, I mean, it just continues to cook, honestly, this part of Sakamoto Days in particular. Like, I feel like this part in comparison to the first part is like night and day. So I have nothing really but positive things to say about Sakamoto Days. Maybe the only negative thing I could say about it is for this part we're moving into is that our girl Lou is going to be just totally X'd out of the story pretty much. So that's kind of
she
a bummer.
is excommunicado. She is excommunicado, if y'all know that reference.
Who?
Is talking about.
But
Never
man,
heard of
God,
that person.
you have any thoughts about these recent episodes of Sakamoto?
We just saw the best aura farmer to date. Y'all thought fucking everyone's over here saying Sun Drip Woo, Sunjin Woo, the Aura King.
Don't tell Vash that. Don't tell.
Bro, who the fuck is Sunjin Woo? Did you see Takamura, bro? He
No, he's
walked
crazy.
up, bro. He walked up his sword sheath. He walked up, eyes closed, walking forward, straight up. These guys pop up. He pulls the sword out, shoots the sword. They're fucking dead. He continues walking.
I'm not shocked. I am not shocked. You know why? Because it reminds me of episode 2 when I read the manga, which it was not really adapted, but it was when he cut the bus or the car or the van just for a fly.
That.
Yeah,
They butchered that. But
in
like,
the manga
how
was a
it
double
looked
spread, beautiful. But in the anime, it was still good. It was just not as fluent as it could have been.
Like,
Sometimes,
just to like
sometimes
Gremlin
those-
know,
I
like
don't know.
what we saw in episode 5 of part 2, like what we saw with Takamura is how it should have looked in season 1 when that shit with the bus happened. Like, that's like the effects animation and just how it looked. Like, I don't know, the vibe that you got from it was like it held weight, like I feel like it did a good job of that. But the scene in season 1 or part 1 or whatever,
Man,
did
I hope
not really
Travis
hit.
is still watching, because I know Travis was kind of skeptical on for part 2. So I haven't heard if he has watched recently. So
Yeah,
I hope he's still.
I haven't checked in with him either. But Graham, you were gonna say something about, like, I think the panels. I think you're about to say.
Now panels, the double page spreads from these authors that are so talented, I feel like they are very rarely as good as they are in manga. So I don't think y'all gotta say it butchered it as much as it just couldn't compare.
Yeah, it
And
couldn't
I
translate. Yeah,
feel that, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the reason why, as much as I love Mura, rest in peace, um his series will never get a proper adaptation because that man was such a good artist. There is no way to adapt his manga and have people be happy with it.
Oh, yeah, same thing for
There's
One Punch
no
Man.
way.
Overall, like you can't fucking like compare to the art style of
the manga for,
No. For One Punch Man, very easily. Very easy. If you took one's art, if you took one's art, you could very easily adapt it.
he's talking about the manga.
I'm talking about the
Now
manga.
the redraw.
The redraw. I'm talking about those. The detail, like the lighting, the penciling, the detail in the ink in the corner of the fucking giant space alien trying to eat Earth, or like those other shots, like those. I agree, Amuruta, when it came to Berserk. I agree 100%. You cannot complete, and also the animation, as you CG, can't really compare to that. At the moment, with current technology, maybe will not be adapted, but who knows? 20 years from 30 years from now, when other creators or directors have power over it, maybe they could when the tech comes during the time. But at the moment, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, it is one of those that's. Sakamoto's not on that level of like Berserk, but still, yeah, there is a lot of stuff in it that has to be hard to.
Agree.
For sure. I will say I am okay. I'm gonna speculate for a minute. Both y'all have read. I'm gonna just speak. Don't tell me nothing. All right. Takamura's missing. Takamura's not there after the explosion.
After the explosion, yeah.
And our boy, what's his name?
Slur
started doing the stuff that we saw Takamura doing. Did he like? What happened? Like, I'm like, is he the same as Takamura? Is he like on that level, or did he get rid of Takamura? Because even he mentioned, I mean, even like the narrator mentioned that one of them went missing, and then we know that the people from Sakamoto's old group, I forget what they're called because they don't matter to me at the moment. We're like, where is Takamura, by the way? And like, we don't know anything about him. So like, I don't know, man. And the fact that Slur was doing the very low, like cryptid talking thing that Takamura was doing earlier, I don't know what's happening, and I'm kind of interested. Did he like body snatch? I'm thinking Slur is probably there, but could Takamura like body snatch Slur? Probably not, because Slur's the bad guy, the main bad guy. But did Slur maybe like absorb Takamura's skill and become more of a bad? I don't know. I got all sorts of.
What about the other
theories.
dude? They said there was one person missing. There was another. What was the dude's name? Apart.
Yeah, Apart.
What about him?
I mean, yeah, he got out somehow. But Takamura's
what if the missing person's him?
No, it's Takamura. He's the only one that wasn't there. All right, look.
You think someone that powerful? Come on, bro. Come on.
I don't know. That's
I know it's speculation. I know it's speculation. But
I get it, but remember, every old man in every series usually lives. Master Roshi, Yamato lives almost to the end. Almost to the end.
I don't know. I'm just
devil's advocate a little bit.
Throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, what the heck happened? Anyway, let's move on to Gachiakuta, which you should read right now in case you haven't.
And I finally cut up. I went from episode 2 to episode 6. I did 4 episode binge, and the dub is good, by the way, chat. If you guys want to catch up, if you're behind, go check out Gachiakuta dub. It's actually entertaining, and honestly, it's interesting. I finally cut up. I'm gonna just go first since I'm already talking about it. I like the main character, how his type of psychological analysis on himself is pretty interesting because he sees himself as failure and he doesn't like being useless and he knows that he's making mistakes and he's trying to be accountable for it. And I really love that as a character because most MCs don't hold themselves accountable until later on or until they get told. But Rudo is analyzing this. Is analyzing this very well for himself, knowing that he was scared to take action. But then in episode 6, we find out it's not that he wasn't scared, is that he cares about emotions. That's how he reacts. He understands and he cares about objects, and the way he analyzed the object that he took hold of, the piece of the hand, the way he made that as a mechanical thing and said that it watches all, it prays all, and nobody will come home unhurt because it is supposed to have the prayer of everyone will come home safely. Just analyzing that and saying that, yo, I'm gonna beat your ass. But then of course has the cliffhanger of, hey, you sure about that? Because I'm gonna kick your ass now. So, you know, round 2 in next episode next week when we talk about it. But just for us to see this bad guy with the dreads and looking like type of, I don't know what type of character I would compare him, but I just felt like I've seen his type of style of him swinging around. I just can't really picture it. Like in my head, his type of chaotic style remind me a bit of Black Star from Soul Eater. If that makes sense, like a bit with.
I couldn't vouch for that or.
Never mind that. Grem may be the only one to vouch for me if I'm a bit going crazy with a comparison, or am I, probably hitting with the ballpark.
You're saying Rudo is like Black Star?
No, not Rudo. The guy that
Jabberwonger.
The Jabberwonger that he was fighting, going crazy and using the swords, but instead of Black Star, like he has a very chaotic style. So it was kind of remind me a bit of Black Star. With Black Star, his style is very crazy, and he is willing to get himself hurt to find out the solution of how to defeat his opponent. And Black Star has done that a few times within his matches.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna have to hard disagree with him, but
that's fine.
Fair. Speaking of Jabberwonger, I like the VA that they picked for him. That was one of the first things when I heard his voice. I was like, man, this is actually a great VA for his character. Like the performance was awesome. So yeah, obviously we got his introduction now, the little clash between him and Rudo. I feel like the biggest thing, or like one of the bigger things we got out of this episode is that we learned, because we knew, right, that Rudo could turn anything he touches into like into a weapon, right? But we didn't know it was to like this extent, right? Because it goes based off of how much the person, the item, right? How much that person values that item, right? And then also Rudo's understanding of that person, it plays a part in how much he's able to kind of utilize it or like bring out its full potential, essentially, right?
Yeah.
So we did get more into that. It wasn't just a baseline kind of level where it's like, okay, he can just turn anything into a weapon, right? That's not the case, right? So that's going to be something important like for the future, right? It depends on his like understanding his connection to the character and also how much that character kind of cherishes that item in particular, right? That he turns into something. So I think I like that bit of it really a lot. And so that was a big thing for me with the episode. The flashback, I feel like maybe was a little bit like drawn out, maybe like it dragged a little bit for me, like watching the anime. I don't know. That was just me. If I had a little nitpick or maybe something I didn't feel as strongly about, but I did like the little face off, obviously the fight between Jabber and Rudo, and just Jabber's introduction in general. Like I said, the casting for him is perfect. So solid episode of Gachiakuta this week, I would say, for sure. Grem, any thoughts?
I gotta say, learning that his power is not to be able to turn anything into an instrument, but to unlock the full potential of any instrument was kind of awesome. Because he gets that talisman off the guy, and we didn't get to see the guy use it very much. Like I think like we saw a little bit, right? But when Rudo got his hands on it, it fucking put like a stand behind him that like forcibly moved him out of shit, that was defending for him, that was attacking for him.
The eye thing just so cool.
It was so cool, and the way that it basically like broke the laws of physics to move him out of the way of attacks. It was so cool. It was so awesome.
It was a
So,
really nice
like,
shot of how it was drawn with the eye effect, the purple when it stopped him down, and every time Rudo just did like the one punch, like I'm gonna knock you out, and just kept gutting him, face punching and everything. And this man just kept coming back for more. I'm like, okay, he's really committed.
Yeah, it was a good episode. It was a good episode, man. I feel like we're still not really like at the point, like we've got a lot of introductions, you know. We're still not at the point, I feel like, really where Gachiakuta, but I feel like it is starting to hook people more. I do feel like more people are starting to kind of like, oh, I see why people were kind of getting into this, gas in this series up a bit. And it's still early on. We got 2 cores, so
Look, I'm enjoying it. I'm not too stressed on the hooking part, but I'm enjoying it, having a good time. I'm really curious to know where we're gonna go next, because he's not officially a member yet, and he's going through all these problems. I don't know if the 3 people that went up the stairs are, if they're even alive. The guy that got stabbed with the whole 4-finger pistol, I thought he got slashed through his ribs and his heart, but it seems like he didn't. So I'm a bit shocked that how the fuck are you alive? But I guess for story plot, we might have you keep alive just so you could be the type of uncle figure or father figure for Rudo, because since it seems like you're kind of teaching him. But I don't know how the fuck he's gonna be alive by the next episode, because he's still bleeding out. So I'm like, unless we have a person that could heal you, or some type of support, or you know, some type of some type of Sakura could just heal you, then great. But if not, your heart is not gonna be pushed through and, you know, be pulsed back to life. If you know, you know.
I mean, that was brutal what happened to him. So we'll see. But yeah, moving on now. We got Don to Don season 2. Episode 8 is the newest episode, but you know, we will talk about some about episode 7 as well. And I mean, the first thing I want to talk about is mostly from episode, I think it's 6. Yeah, episode 6 of season 2 and episode 7. My apologies. Yeah, episode 6.
Yes,
because episode 6 had the band.
Yes.
Right.
Which, oh my god, that was amazing. I was literally watching that. That band was fucking amazing. I don't know what I was looking into, but I felt the animation, just literally moving the hairs as well, them getting into it. Even
it was funny seeing them all.
Even
like,
Granny, yes, Granny was like
yeah. Granny with her hair down too. Well,
Granny, so what's your number, girl?
Crazy, man. But no, the thing I wanted, a little fun tidbit here, that I was watching the episode with Grem, and I was like, this sounds like Grand Rodeo. And apparently they hired the main vocalist from Grand Rodeo for this band to like sing the vocals. I was like, okay, that makes sense. I knew it felt familiar.
That's amazing.
Because I've listened to so much Grand Rodeo, right? From 7 Deadly Sins, Bungo Stray Dogs.
That was them.
Yeah, even the Kuroko, like they do a lot of Kuroko songs, Kuroko no Basket. Like I haven't watched the series, but I have heard a lot of the songs. Like Grand Rodeo is one of the more popular bands in Japan.
Yeah.
Just over the years, they've been around forever. But yeah, when I heard that, I was like, this is Grand Rodeo, I'm pretty sure. And it was. So that was a cool little bit. I think they're going through some copyright nonsense though, because the song got put on streaming, but it's been removed, I think, from everywhere, like streaming wise or something.
Okay, that makes sense, because after the episode, because Chad, right before recording, I said like 2-3 hours ago, and then I went to try to find it on YouTube, and I couldn't find it other than like a YouTube like from a fan or like somebody else putting us on it, but not
an official
official license from Crunchyroll or from the Don people that make it, or from Sony Music. Like, it's not out, and I'm like, fuck, I would add it to my playlist, because this shit was a banger.
Yeah, so something like with licensing or some legal stuff had to happen. I don't know if it involved the singer maybe from Grand Rodeo, or maybe he was promised certain royalties or something. I don't even know how that all works. But
my question to you guys is, what would you do if you was in Granny's position? Will you do the exorcism like she was supposed to? Because Gigi at this point, I'm sorry, that's a lot to handle. Even as if you're even if you're a
Your whole
childhood
life
friend,
changed.
your whole life changed.
Yeah.
And like Gigi is choosing to fucking choose over a cursed spirit that doesn't want to be fucking alone. I'm like, my dude, Gigi, I get it that you have a good heart. I have a good heart, but I have a limit. I'm not gonna choose 1,000-year-old cursed spirit that's been alone and you want to keep him company, but then stop fucking destroying my house. I don't have repairs. And Granny, you went to Home Depot and they get fucking cardboard where your house is still dumb cold and they gotta sleep in sleeping bags. You are wilding. I would have kicked you out and sent you on the streets with all due respect, Gigi. I'm sorry. I don't want to have my granddaughter and her granddaughter boyfriend and her granddaughter boyfriend side boo literally sleep in the same house with sleeping bags. Hell nah.
I mean, I guess Granny is helping him though, like to get, you know, to be able to handle it better, I guess. It's still, I feel like in the early stages of him getting used to
It's
like
stress. That looks stress
but
because
still, it is a lot. Like I said, like we just said, like his whole life has like changed, you know,
by choice too, where he didn't have to.
yeah. Like he's rooting them on, telling them to have a good day to go to school and shit. Now, you know, it's just like, man, that's like, yeah, that
best moment of this episode, like these 2 episodes, was the moment where he accidentally got the boba tea spilt on him.
Yeah.
And he exchanges, and at this point, Evil Eye's not stupid.
Nope.
He understood. He put the house very small around him and made sure nobody with hot water was in.
Yeah.
And then basically rushed Momo. And after that scene all played out and Momo was able to turn him back, it was such a moment where Gigi's like, "Are you okay?" And Okaru grabs him by the shoulder and throws him back, like, "Get the fuck away!"
No
from
hesitation.
Her. It was like, and you see Gigi's like I
get it.
He caught it. He caught it.
He's like, I
it's like
get
that.
it.
Okay.
He caught it in 4K.
He's like, it's not even that he likes her. It's that he doesn't trust him. He grabbed him and threw him back like, I don't fucking care about you right now. I don't trust you. Get the fuck away from her. It was, and then of course he catches like they both got feelings, but that moment, like, bro, that's like your best friend, basically one of your best friends, and like he does not give a shit about you. He threw you back like, no, like you are not a person right now. You're a problem that needs to be dealt with.
Momo trumps all.
You can go sit down over there because you're not worth my time right now. I need to deal with Momo. And it was like, it's like for Gigi, like not only does he have this being inside of him that's trying to come out and like harm his friends, he's also got to deal with like the mental anguish of like what that's doing to him. And then like Okaru, the nicest kid in the world, grabs him, throws him back, and doesn't even pay him a mind. Like, and
I felt bad.
You know that's gotta feel some type of way.
I felt like,
especially the whole like obviously him and Momo have been friends like way longer, right? Like they've been since they were children. So for him, he's just like he has to be getting in his own head too, like about like, you know, I can't, you know, kind of be there for her to protect her, like. Right. So he probably feels even some way about that as well. Not even like in regards to Okaran, but for him, he's like, man, like I can't do anything for her in like situation or like do more than others, I guess. So that's another thing as well. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad the situation that Gigi's in because like he can't live the normal kind of life that. Well, I mean, it's Donadon, so nothing's really normal. But like, you know, they're still doing some of the normal things, right? They're going to school and things of that nature. But so like he's not even able to live a normal like life of a teenage boy, you know. So it is kind of sad in a way too. But
and guys, chat, if you guys are watching this on the audio feed and listening, go check on YouTube because I just pointed to him on my screen when he said having a regular normal day of life in high school, and I have this as my background, and he says normal day in high school.
I mean, that's normal for Dandadan standards, to be fair.
My man Okuro got literally kidnapped by Momo's friends. Momo's friends. I love the girls because she said we're going to hang out and grab some tea. Okuro is committed. He's a loyal man. He said no.
That's not what they said. They said we're gonna go on a date.
True. But then after he said, wait. But if Momo goes out with Gigi, is that day? No. That's different. No. So for us, it's different too. Like no, it's not the same. No, it's not the same. He's like, no, I don't want to go out. It was cute and adorable because they made a surprise to fucking caught on 4K with Momo dressed like this, and she has to do her job by saying, hey master. For anybody that doesn't know, Japan likes to have the maid girls cafe type of style, and I would love to go one day myself as well. But guess what, Okarun went and caught his future girlfriend there, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, and we bring that up. We gotta mention the scene after she got off of work, right? That was awesome. Oh, yeah, so cute, so adorable.
Bro.
The hand holding scene, like that was.
I'm happy he listened. Just
that was
his
the icing on the cake.
It was amazing. My girl has told me before, back when we first started dating, you don't need to wait for me after work. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I literally chill around the block for a good 2-3 hours, kill some time. Went on Discord. I was speaking to the guys. They asking what I'm doing. I'm just hanging out by Crocs. And then I literally go pick up my girl with some flowers sometimes. And she'll be like, oh my God, wait for me. Like, yeah, of course, it's 10 o'clock. Why am I going to let you go on by yourself? I'm going to walk you home and everything. And Okarun came running. She was happy. He put out his hand. She put her hand. And they hold hands. And this was the second time, because I know we didn't mention this before in episode 4 or 5, was it, where they held hands in the car too. So it's kind of just cute that they're acknowledging it to each other, but without saying it. Like they know
slowly. It's building up, right? It's building up slowly for sure. Like we're starting to get there. You know.
I love
Okarun with the best play in the playbook. He went to grab the hand and turned around and said, it's cold, and put his hands on his straps of his backpack, and then slid the second one down low enough for her to grab, like in case. And she comes in and goes, it is kind of cold, and interlocks. Damn.
Great. That was great.
It was beautiful and playful, but let's talk about the ending, because the ending is where it got me curious to know. Because Granny said, I love how she said, you want to learn how to punch or want to learn how to get strong. And I love how she said, there's two differences. Because you learn how to punch, it just shows that you two want to fight. But you want to get strong, it shows that you want to protect something. It shows that you have a motivation. It shows that you have something to gain out of that.
I think it's more that, Okarun, what the hell's wrong with you? Your whole thing is speed and your legs. Why do you want to learn how to punch? Motherfucker, learn how to use your legs.
And
that's what Granny was saying.
And plus, I love how Granny was cocky too. Girl was cocky too. She's like, you're not supposed to be losing. It's just that you have my strength. You're not supposed to be losing. It's just that you're a weak little bitch, is what she was trying to say in a nice way too. And then she said, word, I'm going to train you. Let's go to school. And I love how she was showing the tempo, because people be forgetting. Fighting is like music. You having a tempo.
Yeah.
And that was a beautiful analogy.
Yeah, I did like how they did that with the piano. But then I'm seeing like some historical figures.
Yeah,
I was Ludwig von Beethoven comes out.
I was so curious. I was so curious to see Beethoven. I'm like, why are the people that I studied when I was young there? And then wait. All right, so chat. I haven't read it. I know Vanguard Grem has. So like he spoke his theory on kaiju. I'm gonna go off the dome as well. I assume the way Granny envisioned this, that he needs to dance or fight or learn how to be speed by music. Why not learn by the historian type of figures in music and maybe go by tempo? That's my assumption of how he's going to train. And his comeback partner is going to be Ira. That's my guess.
Oh yeah, she is. Oh, okay. That would be, yeah.
Yeah, because they're gonna be playing it and probably like doing fast piece
Different
and
kinds
everything
of
of
different
speed,
kinds
and
of-
then she could just fight him and use her as combat. Because she also said,
Mm.
"I want to get stronger too," but you're the side piece, so you don't know about it. But Okaru's gonna get stronger for himself and to protect his girl Momo. So I think that's my guess.
I forget what the terminology Turbo Granny said, but it was like she said even Ira like Silky or whatever had the same
The four
They
beat
fight at,
tempo.
like 4 beats. Yeah.
yeah.
Is a
They're
4 beat
a little
tempo.
bit faster than me.
Was it the
They
same
have
as
a
it was
little-
the same as
well,
Gigi, right?
Yeah, they both have a
Evil
4
Eye-
beat.
Evil Eye works
Or
at 4,
Evil Eye,
and then
yeah.
once he pulls out the house, he works at
It's
10.
10.
Yeah, he works at
And
10.
then he's like, "You, on the other hand, are a 2." And he's like, "So does that mean they're just faster than me?" And she goes, "No, that means you're ass." Why?
He said you're
Because
slow.
I be fighting at 100. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why you at 2? Fix your shit.
That kind of
Jump.
when I heard that phrase, it kind of reminded me of Mob Psycho when the anime show the 2%, the 17%, the 57%, like showing his power level going up. It's kind of how Okura right now is like at 5% strength of Granny's power. But also, side question: is it because he doesn't have his left nut back or his right nut back, or whichever golden nut he's missing? Is it because of that also he doesn't have the full power, or that's just because he doesn't have his nut? It don't really matter about power. I don't know if you could spoil that part, Grem, if that truly matters in his nut power.
He's just not trained enough.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to fight.
Okay, so
The big difference is that when Ira's possessed by Acro Silky, Acro Silky was a ballet dancer. So like a lot of the movements are more fluid and like connected. So she's like she fights faster and with more technique because she learned how to fight because of Acro Silky, right? And then with Gigi, it's pure power,
athletic,
right?
It's pure prodigy.
Yeah, he's athletic. He
40.
probably got in a couple of scraps.
Okarun's a
Evil
geek.
Eye also, and Okarun's a geek. He doesn't know how to fight. Okarun's whole thing is the headbutt, right?
Yeah.
He's done it several times. The headbutt and the drop kick. There you go. You're 2 beats. That's all he can do. So
crazy.
that's what she's saying is you don't know technique. You're not there yet. Like you need to be able to get faster. You need to be able to get faster, and you need to be able to use your power more. You need to use it more efficiently, and you need to be able to get like faster. Not even just more technique. You need to be better all around. You're a geek. You don't know what you're doing. We're gonna fix that, and that's basically what's happening right now. So
Yeah, it was a good
It's
2
good.
episodes. Yeah, it was good content for a lot of different reasons, for sure. But now we can move on to Be Hero X.
The big one.
Episode 20, I feel like in particular is the one we're gonna probably mostly want to talk about. But if you guys do obviously want to mention some things with episode 19, go ahead. But episode 20, I mean, the thing I just want to say off rip is Queen. That
Queen, bro.
That Queen entrance was just insane.
She rocked all of
Queen
them.
is
She
a
rocked
queen.
all of them. Pun
The way
intended.
the way Queen controls the entire environment.
She did that beautifully.
She walks in, puts her staff on the ground, and everyone stops moving. Everyone is frozen in her authority. She walks forward. She looks it nice, like, "What's up, little bitch?" And keeps walking.
She was giving everyone that look.
She gave everyone.
She walked forward. She's like, "What's up, little bitch?" Keeps walking. Looks at Esau and looks like, "What's up, young blood, little bitch?"
hold
Keeps walking. Like,
I have a
keeps
question.
walking. So
Do you still hate Little Johnny and Big Johnny? Because I remember for the
Yes!
past hold on. For the past 6 episodes, I get it previously, but now where we are now, since episode 12 or 13, since you've been hating Little Johnny, where we are now, do you still hate him? Because he technically is not in the wrong.
Yes, she's evil. Anyway,
Bro, I
so
said
we
this during while we were
continue.
watching it. I'm like, bro, like there was a scene. I'm like, bro, how can you hate this guy?
Thank you. You can't
Like,
hate
how
this
can you
man.
still hate
You
this
can't
guy?
hate
And
him.
I'm just like, at this point, you're just. I think I said it in last week or whenever the last time it was. But I mentioned it. I was like, I think you're just so far into this at this point that you just have to. You have to see it through to the end. You have to keep it up to the end.
He
and I
is
respect that.
on this agenda already. He's by himself. Like, yo, I'm gonna be on this agenda. I can't change. The fans know me already on this train. I can't change it. So I get it. You're understandable. But
Look, if I'm honest, the only character I truly don't like in this series,
it has to be Iso still.
Is Iso.
All right,
He's
cool.
irredeemable.
Yes, at the moment,
he's
100%.
irredeemable.
100%. Oh, he is now. Like, look, chat. To reference episode 19 to 20, 19 showing us a flashback or the other side of the perspective of Ling Ling, and Iso going there to the crash site and being part of that, and technically to do quote by quote assassination. That's what they were doing, because Ghostblade was gonna do it, but he changed his mind because that's not who he is no more. He has a change of heart because of observing his daughter. He has more positive heart, good feelings in life. So that's not him no more. He wants to change his mind. But bro, fucking Iso and Lin Lin, yo, I love how
Not Lin Lin.
Sorry, nice.
Please do not.
We can't call him by
Please do not sully my boy's name.
Like, don't.
It was not Lin Lin. It was Nice. All right.
Don't pin that on my boy.
Don't pin that
Nice.
on my goat. All right.
Yes, Nice. At the time, Nice was a fucking asshole for him to do this, and he wanted more out of it. And it's very interesting how everything's gonna connect. We were talking about it on a thread. A big shout out to one of our fans in a thread talking about it with us, because it's very intriguing. I don't know, the way I see Superhero X, it reminds me a lot of the Marvel or the DC universe of how a lot of heroes are being seen, but also always kind of crucified. One of the big heroes that's always crucified is Spider-Man. This man is literally saves fucking Manhattan almost every fucking day, but then we have people like J. Jonah Jameson and a few others still hated this guy like no tomorrow. He is a menace.
Spider Hero or Spider Menace? I say menace. Look at the damages he's caused over fucking the city in the past week. He didn't even save this building from collapsing. Oh my goodness. And look, he saved this building. It's almost like it wouldn't have been in danger if he wasn't there to begin with. Spider Menace, I say.
And that's what it felt like when I see Superhero X, because they have the ideology when is people behind the works. Because again, chat, I was watching like 3 episodes back to back, observing the intro, which as a critic or a reactionary, we should not observe the intro as much as we should, because things will tell you in the story of the show. So when I was observing the intro again, we have Mikey and I forgot the other dude with the goatee and who had the meeting, and then Rocks. But then we had the 4th guy there that looks like he works with Mikey. We have those 4 dudes that's literally the people behind the scenes that are the puppet minders. But then we have like this type of card behind them that looks like a evil eye or like a Joker type of card. And it's just like seeing them like, oh, so these are the actual 4 bad guys or the 4 people that's pulling the strings. But
wait,
then
it's the eye from is it the eye from the Lord of Mysteries, maybe? Yo, it all makes sense now.
Everything's connected. But it just shows that when it comes to this, even at the end of the episode, our boy Mickey is still with the organization of MG. Ghostblade leaves MG and also partly leaves the organization of the heroes because he's not with them no more. But little Johnny is still sitting within the conference room of Mikey. So, but then we have Big Johnny growling at him, and Little Johnny knows because he's like glaring at him. So like, are they still being part of it just to watch the others? Queen and Lucy are doing a whole public announcement, which we didn't really see what it was because they didn't give us the subtitles. But then we cannot leave the elephant in the fucking room. We have the Rocks trying to revive his father because the father is Hero Zero. Was fucking interesting as well because he looks like he's an undead type of person because he could come back to life. Since Rock said, I'm gonna bring you back to life, father, or you're gonna go back to your risen. And the person that took him out was old Iso, because I remember Mega Grem was telling us in the side chat before that he thought the current Iso that we saw fighting was old Iso, but it's actually a new Iso by the color and him still having no arm, because it looks like he just replaced it, but just, you know, it's just by filling the gaps. So many questions, but so many observation, because we're about to find out the next 2 episodes is about to be about Dragon Boy as well. And they're about to move to the next fucking phase, which who knows what the fuck that is. Like, this is everything. It seems like it's going according to plan by somebody.
Yeah, I mean, this was like, for a lot of reasons, like you just mentioned with Zero and obviously Rock and like even obviously a lot of the other players that are out here, you know, kind of playing a part. MG, the different like factions, different groups. Just like, you know, we mentioned Queen. That was the biggest, probably my favorite thing. But just even like another thing that I really enjoyed with this episode was kind of like Loli's breakdown, you know, because at first she was all about like protecting, and then she just it just kind of it flipped the switch, understandably so, right? Like, and it was just kind of anger consumed her.
Which, who
like,
died? I'm confused. Did the father die and the girl?
The father.
The father died. Okay, I missed that. I missed that.
Yeah, the father and the daughter are
of Ghostblade.
The daughter is in a coma.
In a coma. Okay,
she's in like a coma.
Okay, so that one I kind of figure. But when she went to
the other dude died as well. I forget what his name was, but it was the first guy we saw die that she witnessed die, right? Like the thing came whizzing past the screen and it like hit him in the face.
Oh yes,
I don't know if you guys...
the type of fodder people that was there in the science group, right?
Yeah, I forget what his name was, but he's not as important as like the father and obviously like the daughter. But yeah, they like, so she pretty much lost 3 people like from this whole thing, right? So like the fact that the anger and just everything, like she started brutally killing, as we saw, like I don't know, that's obviously not the Loli we're used to, but it really kind of like consumed her. So that like breakdown and the way they showcase that, I feel like was really well done.
Yeah, because girl was literally going against Nice. Like girl literally took off the suit. Girl was literally hitting him with the helmet. She's like, I don't give a fuck what the weapon I got. I'm gonna just hit you with his helmet. It's a weapon. I'm gonna use it. And I'm like, she was committed because she knew that, yo, my father's there. Also the other girls there. Like, yo, I need to take you out, because if I don't, I can't save them. Because the fight animation as well, and just seeing how Nice was observing them, ready to kill them, like watching them, like just doing all that. And we have fucking like black suits, like some type of Men in Black shit, or clones, some type of Venom stuff. It looked like they were legit, like a whole type of plan going almost successful. But then it's weird that Mikey's the one that sent Queen to go to over there as well. So like, it's interesting to know what's Mikey's plan, because he technically sent Ghostblade and others, but then he sent Queen after, and with Lucy, with Lucky Cyan. But then Queen is the one that saved them. But then Mikey, before that, had a drink with the other guy in the red suit. So it's very interesting to know what the fuck is Mikey's plan, because it looks like he's after Fear, but then he wants to keep Trust still active. So it's very confusing. What is he trying to go for, or what is his actual plan?
Yeah, that's like the thing with like Rock, him. There's just so many like
players.
These big wigs, right? Like they like obviously that have influence, that have impact, that like trying to kind of keep up with it, and it's a little bit of a challenge, right? To kind of, especially who's affiliated with them. Obviously, we've learned, you know, recently characters maybe we didn't expect that were kind of working together with them or under them. But yeah, I mean, production wise, it was fantastic, especially some of the shots they went for when like Loli was fighting Nice, and then you would see like E-Soul in Ghostblade like kind of like zoom past them. Like some of the shots were like how they all were kind of in the frame but like fighting each other, like just stuff like that. Really, really cool. But now we're going back to the current, it seems like, right? The current timeline, present, if you'd want to say. So I'm curious, man, how this is all gonna
wrap up, right? Because I think there's 4 episodes left, because we have 2 episodes of Dragon Boy, which I'm curious. But then the next one after that, the 3rd episode after that, is with the dog. Owl, which I'm wondering about that. And then after that, we have X, which I'm interested.
Yeah. Ghostblade, that's another thing. Ghostblade left MG. That was like, because they showed, I feel like there was probably a lot packed into like the very end of the episode, like that you'd probably maybe have to do a deeper dive into. But yeah, that was one of the big things, obviously, was Ghostblade, like leaving MG. Yeah, we talked about kind of with the father and the daughter's like in a coma. So like obviously Loli's best friend, the father dead. I mean, it's just, yeah, the aftermath is like insane. So I'm curious, like with being in the present time, like especially what we know, the whole scandal and what happened with Nice and whatnot, that obviously happened like kind of where we are not at now.
Yeah, because I'm curious at how this episode with me right now, I'm staring at the image that was publicly by by China showing like what each episode arc is.
I don't know. The tower.
Yeah, the tower. I don't know how this episode involves the tower. Like, I guess it's by hierarchy or like what was
every freaking character was involved.
Yeah, I guess because I guess so. I'm like
it felt like that at least.
So like the next episode is Dragon Boy and then Owl then X, which also X at the end we saw him. We saw him grabbing the newspaper, but then he switched. By the way, that's a beautiful. Like me just talking about that scene, the transition of how he changed the animation. Like just it felt like I was watching the animation of Premiere, the movie. Like once you press that snap, I felt like I was watching Premiere right there. Like, oh shit, that was beautiful transition.
Yeah, it was a good mix of. I feel like the payoff for like this episode, the payoff was like fantastic for like, maybe even some of the arcs I wasn't as strong on. I feel like Loli, because I wasn't too strong on Loli's arc. I feel like this content with her in this episode, I feel like the payoff, like it really
payoff was good.
It helps. Like it helps me look back. I feel like at some of the other episodes that maybe I wasn't as strong on at that time, and I feel like this episode certainly helps because everything kind of like a lot of things it felt like came together and concluded in a way. Obviously, there's still a lot more, but like certain character arcs kind of wrapped up in a way. If you'd want to say it like that, like with this episode, so. Yeah, Grem, any final thoughts or anything you wanted to add for To Be Hero?
Queen is royalty and we shall bow. And okay. So I'm gonna put this out here and I'm never gonna speak on it again, okay? I don't think Johnny's a bad character. I think I was wrong, okay? Now with that being said, Johnny's sus as fuck. I don't trust him. He's the worst character in the series. Alright. Let's move on. We're good.
Did I just hear that correctly? All right, let's move on.
I didn't even have transition for that. You know what we can talk about, chat? If you care
Romance.
about love, romance, this is our segment for romance, slice of love, and comedy. So this is where we give our honorable mentions of conversation of shows that don't need a full segment about. We're just gonna highlight them about. So is there any shows you guys want to highlight about? Because I don't have much when it comes to romance in this scenario. Because I haven't watched it. I haven't watched since episode 1, Nate. I don't know if you watch it still. Have you watched a couple of Cuckoos, by the way?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with it. I feel like I know.
Has it been?
That's Crash.
Yeah, I know. Yes, Crash on it. But as people like you and me who could just enjoy it without, straight up gooning, how's it been so far? Like, is it good still?
It's rom-com, it's junk food, right? It's like it's not bad, it's not good. I feel like though this actually the newest episode 6, it's focused a lot on Nagi and Erica, which I feel like those two like have the most, like Erica's pretty much like the main girl, right? They have the most chemistry. It wasn't getting the pink hair, yeah. Crash was probably raving about this episode because it got a bit spicy with Erica, some of like the angles, and I got a kick out of the mom too because the mom like set this whole thing up and she was like observing them and like dying laughing, like watching them, monitoring them, like some of their reactions and some of the things they were doing. So yeah, I mean it was nice. The newest episode, I just prefer the scenes with Nagi and Erica a lot more because I feel like I said, I feel like they have the most chemistry, and I enjoy when they're on screen the most. So yeah, it's all right. It's nothing crazy, but not bad by any means. Like I said, it's just kind of like rom-com junk food. So
okay, yeah.
The I guess Graham would probably be the one maybe that had more, because I didn't have the chance to get to Mika Dono Sisters this week. I don't know if he wanted to touch on that. I know we can touch on a certain one at the end there. The honorable mentions
Mika,
for one specific reason.
So for Mikadono sisters, our senpai for the middle sister, the fighter one, the martial artist, her senpai came back in and basically said, "I got permission from your dad. I'm going to steal you away and take you to a new school with me." And well, our main character felt some type of way about that. And we will see how that pans out next episode. I'm excited.
Yeah, I haven't watched since the school festival, or not school festival, since the festival when they went to the hotel and everything and slept in the same room or something. I haven't watched since then.
Okay, so you're not super far
Yeah,
behind.
nah.
But I'm gonna go back to Witch Watch, and because I would be remiss not to mention this, because this is Neko put the picture. I don't know if we have it on the thumbnail, but we probably do, and it's a picture from Witch Watch. So I know it was an alright episode for me. It was whatever. But the cat girl came in. The cat girl was like, I don't feel the same type of way getting pet by our wolf boy as I feel getting pet by our Oni boy, and I don't, so maybe I just go back to him, but freaking bro, I don't know names in this series. That's how far. None. But our other witch girl likes her, so I can't be touching him. Like,
I give props to Grem. He's trying. I feel like
Moy.
props to Grem because he's trying to I want to give the review a big shout out to Neko. He's trying. He's like, I'm gonna give her credit.
She's like, I can't like Moy because the other girl likes Moy, so I gotta, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then we get back, and the episode's all about Wolf Boy saving her from this attack, and he saves her as his normal self, not as the wolf. And the episode ends with her being pet by him, and she gets the same warm, tingly feelings as she gets when Moy pets her. So, maybe we got a romance breeding there.
Progression, maybe.
Yeah. And then now we can move on to Rerocks. Rerocks, we got the new girl finally. Thank you. That is it. Nuki Tachi, we got an Isekai.
Yo, by the way, chat. I binged the last couple episodes. I just didn't see the most recent one that came out this past Friday night or Saturday morning. The guys did. All I'm just say, how the fuck did shit get animated and how the shit is not hentai? That's what I'm saying. Like, how the fuck is this? Like, how is this considered like a straight up anime?
Bro lost. He lost his.
Oh shit! It happened this episode. Oh shit!
Yeah, he lost his virginity.
Because
he got assaulted, bro.
He got fucked.
Oh,
He got.
the episode I saw before that one was the Kamatalon.
The festival.
But I'm trying to actually call it by the name. But I'm trying to remember the
competition.
Competition.
That's just crazy name. Yo, just oh my god. And the vice president is crazy. I don't care about the festival. I just want to find the right dick size. I'm like, yo, it's crazy.
Speaking of, she found the right dick.
She found it.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she found it.
Let me guess, it was MC.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
That was who he lost. That was who he got screwed by.
Oh
but
shit!
Then he ended up. He turned the tables.
He turned it around, and he kept getting bigger. Apparently.
Dude, that shit.
Oh, so he got the Mandingo? That's crazy.
Yeah.
The Mandingo.
Mandingo. And he pumped so hard and blew his load so hard she went flying off his rod, and then a bus came and hit her. Okay? She got isekai, bro.
She got hit with the wombo combo, bro.
She got ulted off his bro used his ultimate. He came out, he fired his laser. It shot her off, and she got hit by a bus.
Yeah.
So
For anybody that have not played Marvel vs. Capcom, I already envisioned in my head of a combo of Cyclops or anybody else just doing the laser beam, and just go ah, and you see them to the person like just right here, just doing the laser beam, and then this corner is just getting attacked going ah, it just kept going, and then they flow off, and then sometimes show like a cutscene.
And then a bus.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Which now, after this scene, I'm just like, okay, bro, the floodgates are probably open now. Dude's not a virgin anymore. He's probably gonna be like using his dick as a weapon like that all the time. Like he's just gonna be screwing everyone.
No, yo, I love
Like-
watching the opening because this man is coming out with a bunch of dildos around him. It just looks like he's about to use them as weapons. I just want to know, like,
Unlimited dildo works.
I just want to see if we
Speaking
actually
of-
get that.
You mentioned it. He actually got his dildo weapon this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny
Yeah, we
because
saw him parrying. I don't know. He was making the dude from I Parry Everything look like a slouch, bro.
that is crazy.
with that dildo, bro. Yeah, I mean,
The dildo go crazy, bro. I don't
but
know,
our
man.
boy got over his trauma, you know. So we gotta.
Did he get over his trauma or did he just get ripped? Like, you know.
I don't know. Like after this, like I said, I feel like the floodgates might be open, bro. He might just.
Hey,
be
hey.
like, oh, I can use this
Once-
shit as a weapon like this. Like,
Once
okay.
you taste heaven, you may never want to go back. You know, sometimes once you get that post nut clarity, sometimes it just
I
be
just
like,
want to see him. I just want to see him getting it on with the other girls.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Hear me out. There may be mind control, and his dick may be the way to break it. You know. Anyway, moving on.
yeah, please,
Grand Blue.
yeah. How we gonna go with this transition?
Grand Blue.
Go
Grand
from
Blue, man.
go from fucking
Speaking
to
of
drinking.
getting fucked, wait. Speaking of getting fucked, Usujima kind of got fucked. You know?
Yeah, not in the same way, but she did get.
She
did get kinda-
shit on. She
got
did get
dunked
kind
on.
of shit on. Yeah.
She got dunked on for sure. Which
Usujima's over here being kind of a massive bitch, kind
Yeah.
of saying, you know, your boy ain't shit. His hobbies are shit. You should hate him for his hobbies. And our boy, the best boy,
he wasn't gonna put up with that.
he wasn't gonna put up with that. He said, "Hey,
Yeah.
that's our boy. We can shit talk him. You can't." And
Yeah.
poured beer all over her and walked the fuck
Dude,
out.
it was such a cold scene.
Oh, bro.
Like when I
Oh.
read this after season 1, I was like, okay, this is probably one of my favorite moments in like early Grand Blue. Like there's a lot of other good moments that come, but like like her introduction, like I was excited, like because of the more recent stuff in the manga. I'm like, I cannot wait for her introduction. But then you kind of forget that she's like, oh, you're like, damn, she's kind of a bitch at the, you know, when you first meet her, right? And I'm just like, man, I was really looking forward to this scene for sure with Iori because, you know, like Grem said, you know, all the shit talking they were doing about, you know, Kohei and his, you know, hobbies and whatnot. That's one thing, right? But to try and prevent him from going to the concert, that was where Iori like really drew the line, right? Because like he was saying like, yeah, we're his friends, we can give him shit, but we would never, you know, make it to where he can't, you know, have fun with his hobbies or prevent him from doing that, right? Like we'll give him shit, but we're not gonna do some shit like you did, like taking the ticket to where he can't even go and have fun and experience, you know, his hobby and whatnot, doing the stuff that he loves, right? So that was like one of my favorite moments of just early, you know, Grand Blue in this, even in this season so far. I would say it's one of my favorite scenes. So that was definitely like the standout with Grand Blue for sure.
But
With
also-
that
I just want
Go
to
ahead.
comment because I haven't watched the show, but just hearing that line from Graham talking about that, like one of other people was talking shit about somebody, but it wasn't a friend. Like any group of friends can relate to this. That among friends, you could talk shit to each other because you already have that cordial relationship. But once an outside source that is jumping in and talking shit, I'm like, hold up, who the fuck are you? We could talk because
Yeah.
we know we have the repertoire, we have the relationship already. You can't just come in and join this. You don't know them, you don't know us. You can't just talk shit to our friend. Go fuck yourself, or we're still gonna start beat you up. So I love that they kept that type of the dynamic still feel real in a friendly setting in real life that we could relate to as well.
Yeah, and that's like that's a thing for a lot of people is that like with their hobbies, like they like some people struggle to find those other people that like that have that understanding, right? Or kind of like that connection that accept, you know, you for who you are and like your hobbies and whatnot. Like, because a lot of people, depending on the hobbies, right? I feel like even every hobby, like someone's gonna shit on you some way. There's gonna always be that person, right? But yeah, this says a lot, obviously, about the cast, about, you know, as much shit as Kohei and Iori give each other.
Bro, okay, or all the boys.
Yeah.
They give each other so much. Oh,
Yeah.
you're about to get pussy.
When it gets
we are going
serious,
to kill you.
when
Like,
it really comes down to it, they will be there for each other, and that's like that's the beauty of it. Because they're gonna give each other shit all the time, but
they will be there for each other unless one of the boys is about to get pussy. Then they're gonna kill you. All bets are off if you're about to get pussy. Like, other than that, though, they're there for you.
This episode was the definition of bros before hoes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's literally what this episode was. It was great, especially for that scene in particular.
10 out of 10.
I love that. I can't wait to catch up with him this week so we can talk about on the next episode.
Dress up, darling. Marin's fat. What?
Bro,
I gotta get the it couldn't have been that much.
It
had to be a
was
couple pounds. It had to be a couple pounds, man.
I think it was like 4 or 5 kilos.
Yeah.
I was waiting for
4 or 5 kilos is like 10, 15
I thought they would give us a number.
Yeah, I was waiting for that number, but for anybody that has a partner or know that little pound for a model makes a difference. For I have work.
For models.
Yeah, like I work in the intimate industry. I work with models. I have worked with male and female models, and their diet is crazy. Like, I have been on set where literally see that, for example, when you have an actress, they cannot drink from a cup because they already have makeup, lipstick on, so they have a straw. So any type of cup, they have to make a hole, or like a water bottle, they have to make a hole in it and put a straw, so they cannot have the lips or the mouth touch the surface, so their makeup or their product cannot get ruined, so they don't have to retouch it throughout the day. So it's crazy, those small little details. The same thing for the models, that they have to eat on a diet, they have to eat on a regimen. But I love how the fucking the hairstylist say, hey, your cheeks look a bit chubby, which makes sense because once you remove the hair or have a toe of the hair, you could kind of focus more on the facial feature, which is understandable. Like, I kind of joke around to my wife, I do not remember the last time, Chad, I remember seeing my chin. The last time I saw my chin was maybe 7 years ago. Was the last time my wife saw my chin. Like here, yes, my wife has seen me without this. But beard-wise, I have not seen my chin without it since 7 years ago. I think Nate hasn't even seen my chin since I've known him.
I don't think so.
So it's honestly, like, it's understandable when you sometimes don't know how you look in the small pieces. When I see old pictures, I'm like, damn, I look different. I know. Is that even me? Yeah, like, is that even me? So, but the most funniest thing about this episode is Gojo's facial reactions once he found out that he wasn't the problem, or none of the things he did was the problem of why she was getting fat. She was the gluttony. She was the fucking gluttony. She chose to eat the leftovers on a midnight snack. Not just once, chat. Not just twice. Every fucking day.
Yeah, which, I mean, the way they laid it out, like, yeah, it was like, okay, come on, Marin. But the number, I think even Grem said this while we were watching too, like, the number, it was like 35,000, was it?
50 calories a day. That's too much.
Yeah, it was 50,000.
50,000 is insane.
Yeah, which is, like, I don't even think, like...
She was not eating that much.
I think Gojo might have, like, miscalculated, or I don't know if it was a mistranslation, or, like, something along those lines, but...
Maybe 5,000. If it was like 5,000, maybe you're like,
or maybe it was like stretched out over a certain period of time. But like,
maybe what are the numbers? Like 50,000 in the week, but like 50, like
in a day is like.
I think it was supposed to be 5,000.
I think it's supposed to be 5,000 too.
5,000 sounds more.
5,000 is way too much.
Yeah, because
for like a normal person, it's supposed to be like 1,000. Like,
to 200.
It's supposed to be like 2. It's supposed to be like 2,000, like, at most.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 1 to 2,000 because you're supposed to be breakfast like 400, 800 calories. If you look at any fast food now, they have how much calories it has overall. So you're supposed to eat at least 1 to 2K a day. That's what the average person is. If you're athletic or anything else, it's different because it varies in the body.
It's supposed to be like it's like, yeah, you can get like 3 or 4K.
Yeah, because when I used to be athletic, it used to be 3.5. That was my calories a day because I had a fast metabolism, so I had to kill what I wasted in my muscles, but then I had to regain that to gain the muscles. So it depends. But for her, girl, she was eating breakfast, she was eating lunch, snacks in between the lunch, the dinner, and the midnight snack, and then for breakfast the next day, she barely had anything because she ate the breakfast that she was supposed to eat the night before after she ate the dinner when she got home. Like, you on the munchies.
I wonder if Gojo like put like if he started putting like a note on there like don't touch this shit till the morning. Like maybe would she listen? Like, you know, would I don't know.
I would be the type of boyfriend that will put it on top of the bag, inside the food, under the food, and I'll put it on the side. Don't eat it until 8 in the morning. Don't eat it until 8 in the morning. Don't not eat it.
Gojo got to start calling her and be like, "You didn't eat that, right? Like, please tell me. Like, you better not have ate that."
Mate, didn't they just get their number from each other in the beginning of the season or like the ending of last season? Like they got their numbers late.
It was that. Well, yeah, it was the end of season 1.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think I don't
know
think,
how much time
yeah,
it's been.
Yeah, it's true. It's been I think 6 months because they spoke.
Gojo's not really the person to do that either. But
yeah, he don't have the cojones to do that either. But I really enjoy this episode, and I really enjoy the characterization, the way they're growing as people. Because even like their hairstyle is new. She is talking like she has a boyfriend. Like the way she like, oh my god, Gojo got me a plushie. I sleep with it every night. I'm like, girl.
Oh, she was going and showing that to everyone.
Yeah, like
even the picture of him too. Like this is my man's.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
and also, she said he's this guy, the hottest one there. Everyone's looking. I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah. He's definitely the hottest one. I'm like, I could tell that this guy's the hottest one, but sure. But you could tell that she's already
the hottest one to her. That's all that matters.
Exactly. There are a couple of being a couple, and it's adorable. I love it. Watching it with wifey is amazing too. A big shout out to Manga Grem because him and Neko have recommended to me a couple series for this year to watch with wifey since early this year, and one of them was my Just of Darling, and it's been a blast. So, and also a big shout out to wifey to watch a sub with me because I'm like, hey, well when I watch it, you know, it's sub, she's like, yeah, I got it. Even though there's a few times she turns and like locks back in, I'm like, hey, want to go back? No, I'm like in my head, I question her because I'm like, you just missed like 3 lines. How you gonna, fill in the gap? But sure, hey, do you?
And also another thing that was a big deal with this episode was the which felt like just a huge ad. I don't know for Canon, the camera.
Oh, the camera.
Company. Yeah. Like yeah. I mean, dude, the way they were showing off the camera and even like the picture, which the pictures were so
really
cute,
nice,
man.
so adorable.
Yeah, they were great, and I liked how they did. Like, apparently, I think they because it looked like it, right? That they went to like an actual park, and I feel like they used a lot of that as like reference, and even like. I don't know. Maybe to some people it kind of felt like out of place, like Marin being in there, because like you could kind of tell there's like a big sort of like difference between. So maybe for some it could be a bit jarring. I didn't find it that way. I thought it was really cute how they did the whole park thing with the pictures, and all that. So that was definitely another thing I wanted to, because we talked about like how she gained some weight and things of that nature. Her showing off Gojo. Like there's a lot of cute, obviously moments in this episode. I did also like a lot how Gojo didn't. Like Marin thought that he was going to be mad or whatever.
Right?
About
He supported her. He said, "Yo, I have to readjust
it. What
it."
adjustments? Yeah, like what adjustments do we got to make? What do we got to do? Like, she's like, or he's like, people, they change measurements and whatnot, or their measurements change all the time. Like, right? They have to make adjustments. That's just the nature of it, right? That's how it goes. So yeah, I did like that bit as well. Just
that's
Gojo
us guys. We see an extra. Hey, little chubbiness going in there. Your thighs getting bigger. Your boobs are getting bigger. Cool. I support it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not like you're going from a 2 size to a 20 size. That's different. You're going from a 2 to a 4 or 2 to 5. All right, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's more so the pressure for Marin is just like obviously
her being a model. Yeah, it's like for her, she's like, I gotta go die. Like girl started, she's like, she's in her salary right now. She's like, I gotta start chewing. I'm good. I gotta start. So, but I have a question to Manga Grem before we transition, because I know he was talking to, I don't know, off air and everything with one of our friends, Aaron, I believe, was on last week How to Flower before we were recording. Yeah, said that there's a possibility that this may be the last season. Do you still think that now that we're trying to find it, now that we're about to reach episode 8, do you still think we're gonna end with 4 episodes left of the show, or do you think we might get one more season, Manga Grem?
I repeat, it is worrying because the OP shows the last 2 outfits, and I mean, I hope not.
Yeah, because I feel like the manga just ended, so it's kind of hard to, like, did they really prepare for that? Like, animate that already, knowing that what the manga's already done? Or maybe the creator already approached them and said, hey, you can wrap it up. Or maybe, my theory, I'm going to say, imagine they do end off with episode 12 and then they're going to announce a movie.
I could see that.
And
that's the trend.
End off the last source material or whatever's left after episode 12, end it off in a good hour and 20-minute movie. I feel like they could.
I could definitely see that. I mean, I feel like the movies have been getting pumped out left
Yeah,
and right. So.
Because they've done that for Rascal, Can't Dream from a Senpai. They've done No Demon Slayer. They're doing No Demon Slayer with the last arc with 3 movies. JJK, Chainsaw Man, and Reno Rize, a whole arc goes, there. Huh? So, like, exactly what me and Nate right now repeating. I feel like right now, that's my theory. So I feel like in a couple weeks, if we hear that in the next 6 weeks, I'm gonna remember right now in episode 43, Vash says something crazy, and look it happen. I'll be very proud.
I mean, yeah, it would make sense too, because especially if, like, based on the OP like Grem's talking about, if it gets to a certain point where there's not even enough content to do another full season, like, that would be the only option to do the rest. So, but yeah, did you have any other thoughts on the episode, Grem?
My biggest thought of this episode is, bro, Fragrant Flower is the next thing to talk about.
I'm down with that.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, genuinely about Dress Up Darling, I mean, it's just more of the same. I really want them to be together. I really need them to be together.
I'm here for it.
Give me an epilogue in the anime. Give me a whole season of them just being together, please.
Please.
We didn't get it in the manga, but give it to us, you know. Anyway, but moving on for like I said, Fragrant Flower that booms. Have you seen this episode yet, Vash?
I have not seen Fragrant Family.
Okay, then you're not important.
Yes.
Then you're not important. Memory, speak to me about the Aura farmers, bro. Speak.
I mean, yeah, the guy I was not expecting to be. I mean, I don't think anybody would expect it, but I feel like that's just what happens in media a lot. The guy you least expect to be out here, you know, kicking everyone's ass. Like, he literally soloed the delinquents or whatever, the dudes that were causing them trouble. Like, yeah, they were definitely out here aura farming the, you know, Rintaro's support system, the boys. It was awesome. Obviously, we saw them following him throughout the episode, and they were even embarrassed by some of the things he was saying about, like, how, you know, he wanted the girls to, you know, meet them and talk with them and all that. Yeah, the dudes that we saw in, like, episode 1 or episode 2 that were giving Kawariko trouble, like, popped up again, and they had their upperclassmen come and try and handle their work for them while they did some coward shit and were hiding. But, you know, luckily enough for our boy Rintaro, he had some support of his own, and yeah, the way they came in, it was great. It was badass. The kind of friends definitely that you want. The dialogue, he's the coolest guy you'll ever meet. That scene, that shot,
bro. The way they're like, yeah, you know that injury. How's his injury doing? Huh? Yeah, that was us. And then
they dug their own grave. They dug their own grave.
You saw the two friends look back and say,
"Oh,
okay.
Yeah, guys. I saw as you guys may see probably on the thumbnail, or if not, I saw like a poster to show as a potential thumbnail choice, and I saw just 6 dudes on the ground, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, yeah, you know, they give hands, and I assume it was like a shonen series or something. Or they said, nah, that's a Fragrant Flower, and I'm like, what the fuck? My dude's giving hands out here? Crazy.
Yeah, he handed out some L's, and the worst part about it is you would think, you know, 3 on 6, that's not bad. No, the other boys just held homeboy's bag because he walked up and he laid them all out, and then he went and got down and picked the guy up and said, by the way, don't shit talk my friend, and you know that if you ever come back again, you know what's gonna happen, right? And he's like, yeah.
Dude scampered away.
Bro, the way they were aura farming, bro. Yeah. Like the Rintaro support squad, bro. They are aura farmers. They're so good.
So there was that, and then also, like, even the scene with Saku and Rintaro at the end, I liked a lot. That was a great scene with Saku, like, opening up to Rintaro. Like that was like the dialogue there I really did enjoy. And obviously we're like, we're making progression, right? The friends, right? They want to meet and talk to each other. Like Subaru said she wanted to apologize and all that for what, talk to them about what happened at the library. So I feel like we're definitely making progress in terms of like the cast, like the side cast, right? The friends of Kawariko and Rintaro. So you love to see it. But yeah, the boys were on, they stole the show. They stole the episode with this one for sure. It was a great episode. So yeah. And when you have that's the thing with me is like, because I know we've kind of compared this one to like Horimiya, that comparison's been brought up. I feel like for this one, I've been way more connected with a lot of this, like, and have been more interested in the characters, like with the side cast. And I feel like that, like, I feel like I've been from a character writing perspective, like from episodes and episodes ago, like the two characters that really caught my attention were Subaru and Saku. Like those two characters in particular, I was like, okay, I'm really interested in their characters, right? Now I may like Rintaro and Kawariko more or whatever, like enjoy them more, but like in terms of character writing, like Subaru and Saku, and I feel like they've like that has kind of the show has shown why those two I feel like have been like even the episode we had with Subaru in episode 6, like that content was awesome, and even with Saku here, like I just mentioned the scene at the end, but I feel like when you're establishing this well-rounded cast that I feel like a lot of us can really get into already this early on is a really good sign, because we already love the two mains, but I just love the way the characters communicate in this series. That's been one of my favorite things as well. It definitely helps. It's been refreshing for the genre, and this should be the bare minimum for characters to communicate like this in this genre, but it's just not. Like it's so hard for it to happen.
I try to give a what's the word I'm looking for? I try to give a understanding or slouch. It's because it is adults.
It's aimed for high schoolers.
Yeah, like when it comes to the rom-com, it's aimed for high schooler or in a high school setting. At the time in high school, I had a good communication, but wasn't great as it is for adults. But I didn't have it as bad as other high schoolers because I got mature more than I should have. So that's why I had good communication. But I don't mean I was perfect. I was still in high school, so I still surrounded myself by high school idiots. So we still made, dumb choices. So that was part of the learning curve. So when I see shows, do they piss me off? We have complained here that, oh my God, this character is doing some stupid shit. A.K.A. Honey Lemon Soda. If you remember our debates and arguments over that in the winter season, we were fighting over character debates, just doing stupid decisions. But when I hear from Fragrant Flower or other shows when it comes to adult and they actually communicate, it's like, oh my God, it's such a refreshing feeling. Like, whoo, thank you. You do something I would do, or you did something that normal adult in their 20s or mid or in the 30s would do.
Yeah, but these are 16.
They're actually high schoolers.
They should not be
this
good.
They're actually high schoolers?
Yeah.
Yes, they're high schoolers, bro.
I mean, they feel like they're more grown for sure.
They feel like they're
the way they communicate, the way they talk, the way they like.
The way everybody in this goddamn show acts, except for the school bullies.
Chat, does this man look like a high school with this man just dead ass just be 6 dudes on the floor? And like Mega Grem told me off screen, there's a person on the side off screen. So there's 7 people he knocked out. And this man,
Rintaro certainly doesn't look like he's 16.
And this man with the smile. Wait, hold on. I think the smile one is right here. This man looked like he was dumb happy for doing what he just did. Chat, please. What?
Yeah, but handle your characters like this series does, please, more. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. These characters have so much more maturity than I had in high school. Hell, they have more maturity than I have now. Okay, like it's crazy. Like these characters are way too old for like they're way too like mature. But we
hey, it works out for me enjoying the series, so
it works out for everyone enjoying the series.
100%.
Because there's not a lot of drama. And speaking of drama, that's our next category. Let's see. What do we got here? Hotel Inhuman. It turns out the secret ingredient was apples. Crazy. No, it was really sweet. Contract killer buys a whole mountain to bury their themselves and their mother figure. It's really nice. There's no way I'll be your lover unless we're throwing this in drama because it got kind of spicy and because I totally didn't realize that that was still on the list. We're gonna throw this here in honorable mentions. Bro, she got asked out by a new girl and she agrees on the with the agreement that if I do this, you will make up with Mai. And then she proceeds to have a bath with her. And the bath scene was actually really great. Like
Always the
night
bath,
lights
man.
and stuff, it was great. Like not even
The
in
series
the
in
sexual
baths,
way.
man.
Not even in the sexual way that was implied later, but like the fact that the light wouldn't turn on was kind of, it's a little bit concerning. You're in the bath, you want to be comfortable, but like without the light, like especially when you're not expecting to be in the dark, it's a bit much. But then you saw Satsuki's like whole setup, right? She has the night lights. She's got the luminescent flowers all over the walls. It's so beautiful in there. I was actually really looking forward to this scene, because I wanted to see what they would like do. And it was really nice to look at. It was really cool and it felt magical almost. Almost as magical as that hand rub had to be, because apparently that was lewd, I guess.
We were saying it while we were watching, like our girl, she's been corrupted.
Yeah, she's been corrupted.
Because like what is normal to her is not normal to like someone like Satsuki, right?
She got a handful of titty and she's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Which we're seeing Satsuki definitely open up more as like this episode went on. Like you see more of like, I feel like her actual, self kind of come out for sure. Which Reneko's bringing that out.
We also got this really fun plot point with her sister. Now thinks that she's cheating on Mai with Satsuki.
Yeah.
So that surely is not going to come to bite her in the ass later.
And we also got a MILF.
I just love how this girl's like a chick magnet. Like somehow, without even trying, she just gets whoever she wants without even trying.
She doesn't even want to date them. She just wants to be their friend.
Yeah. Girls supposed to be friend zone. She's like, can y'all stop putting me past the barrier? I want to stay in my barrier. I want to stay in my friend zone. Like this is somebody that actually wants to stay here, not evolve the friend zone. Stay here.
But yeah, we got some more of that, which is a lot of fun. We also got like Nate said, we got Mama the MILF, which is great, a lot of fun. Then we get this really neat scene where she says, here, let me give you a kiss, a little peck on the cheek so I can send this to Mai, and she gets jealous, right? And she goes, okay, fine, whatever, just don't post it online, right? And so of course Satsuki's going in for a kiss, like to kiss the cheek, and Reneko, again, so corrupted, turns around and just gives her full frontal, like, here you go, I'll kiss you. And then Satsuki's like, wait, that is not what I meant. What are you doing? And it was cute seeing her go all dere. The Soon is now showing the dere, so we like that. But yeah, we can move on from that. It was a lot of fun, but our resident Gooner's not here, so we can't really, speak about how much it was spicy and all that. So, we kind of forgot about it. Like I said, Hotel and Humans, the secret ingredient is apples. Wild. But yeah, Rascal does not dream of Santa Claus.
How's that going for you guys?
We got the wrap up for an arc.
I feel like the past two or three episodes or so has been pretty good with this arc.
Yeah, because I know lately you guys, because guys, I watch anime with them, but sometimes when they're watching animes without me, I just still hear them in the background, commentary and everything. And I know for the Rascal anime, it not saying that's been solid or not great, it's just been not hitting as well as it should be compared to other episodes, or
Yeah, the
compared to the
earlier
other
parts.
Yeah, the earlier parts.
The earlier episodes in the season, but I feel like, I mean, this episode with Ikumi, with wrapping up her arc, I feel like it was really nicely handled, honestly. Just obviously what is going on with like the other her, and then how she was trying to in the new world, she was trying to kind of make up for, like, I guess, like her regrets that she had, like with Sakuta in the past, and how others were kind of telling her to do something about this, like the mood, or like this wasn't, the situation in the classroom wasn't right, and she had that kind of on her, like her, I guess the people around her were kind of in her ear pressuring her to kind of change, make a change about it, and that didn't happen, so she had like a regret about that, and that's where kind of the other her came in, and why she's been trying to save everyone in, that was like the whole reason for that. She wanted to make up for it. So yeah, I did like how they concluded this arc with her. The scene with Sakuta, it was kind of cringe, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of cringe when when Ikumi kind of, it seemed like she wanted to just prove to the people around her at the reunion that like the puberty syndrome was like real or whatever. Like when she like popped up, and everybody was like, whoa, like you're here, like it's, I think she had said she was there for like an hour or two or something like that, but then like Sakuta came in, and he like tried to like play it off, right, that she was like acting and whatnot, and yeah, that was like that was like, I don't know, it was funny cringe.
It was funny. Yeah,
it was funny cringe.
She's over here like, you people are you guys disgust me. I can't believe that you guys are like this. Like, what the hell? Like, what, you guys are scum. You guys didn't believe him. Imagine what he would have went through and all that. Sakuta comes in out of nowhere like, ha, psych, I'm dating Mai, get fucked, I'm better than all of you, suck my dick, I'm out.
I'm out.
GG, I'm out. My life is better than y'all, suck my dick, fuck off.
That's
get
crazy.
pranked, I'm out. And that's what he did. It was like, okay, sure, Sakuta, but yeah, he dunked on him, and then he goes back to Mai, of course, and he goes, I'm sorry I used your name to kind of dunk on some fools, and she said, good, that's what my name's for, ain't it? Sheesh.
Yeah,
props to her, props
now,
for power.
Yo, I'm a little concerned though with how the cliffhanger that the message Mai is in danger.
Mai's in danger.
It was kind of genius though of the other Sakuta apparently, like, having her leave this message, right, about Mai being in danger. Like, that was like kind of big brain, I feel like. So true. Yeah, just like, I don't know, we have like communication going on back and forth between different like worlds, realities, whatever you want to say. But yeah, obviously you would think the Santa girl, the Kirishima Toko, still is having obviously a part to play in this. Maybe like this, especially if it's dealing with Mai, I'm like, yeah, I'm really curious. If it seemed pretty urgent, pretty serious, like she's in danger when you say something like that, like, we'll see, man. We'll see how it's all gonna go. But oh yeah, and even in the message it said Kirishima Toka, so yeah, like duh, she's involved. But yeah, this was a good episode. This is a good way to wrap up Ikumi's arc. Like I said, the last 2 or 3 episodes I feel like of not Dress Up Darling, Bunny Girl Senpai this season has been a lot better than some of the other episodes that we had in the beginning, in my opinion, at least. So yeah.
All right, for that, I know that I cannot add anything else to drama because I have not kept into drama lately. Because
I didn't get the call of the night. I didn't get the call of the night this week. I'll be back. Me and Crash, hopefully, if Crash is here next week.
No, Crash is here next week from what we know. Crash
Okay.
and Neko. The only one that might be missing is me. Because chat, by the way, I didn't mention it. Anime NYC this coming weekend, because you guys are watching this Monday. If you guys have not watched it by this Thursday, I'm gonna be hanging around at NYC. I won't be inside because I don't got tickets, and I'm not going to spend right now money by people trying to resell it. So I don't got time for that. So I will be hanging out there. So if you see me there, pop, say hello, say what's up, take a picture if you're not. But I'll be hanging around. So I'm the only one that might not be here next week, but the other 4 hosts will most likely be on. So that's gonna be a fun show because I know Coven Night, are gonna be talking about it. Me and Grem, maybe one day we will catch up and talk about it in the next 4 weeks. Maybe I'm gonna do my best to convince him, chat. I'm gonna try to grab him by his cojones and just pull it up his ass and be like, yo, let's watch this, sit down, eyes open, let's go.
Yeah, me and Crash hopefully next week will be back with more to talk about Call of the Night, because we've raved about this second season. It's been fantastic. So yeah, we'll talk about episodes 7 and 8. Or at least I'll probably mention something with episode 7 in season 2 next episode.
But you know what we could talk about though? We could talk about our last segment, because you know what? Crash, when he's here, he don't got shit to talk about when it comes to a ISEKAI fantasy segment. Our last one for our seasonal spotlight. This is what we talk about our little ISEKAI fantasy series. And I'm going to go a quick one when it comes to the Water Magician. Water Magician is like when we spoke about how to flop. Is it like a flop? No, it's like enjoyable, good ISEKAI. Nothing great, nothing perfect, nothing 8 out of 10. It's like that 7 or like a 7.8 for others, or for myself is in the high 7.8. I enjoy the animation and the wholesomeness. But by the end of the episode, spoiler for Nate or the audience that have not seen it, motherfuckers click a black portal wall, and then somehow everyone that was not even connected to the wall disappear. A good maybe 20 to 30 people disappear.
It left up in the air, like what? Was that like the end of the episode?
Yeah, like literally the end of the episode.
Teleported?
No, we don't know. But it was interesting because by the beginning, in the middle of the episode, the guy with the red hair, him and his party were walking with some priests or some type of political people that want to use their power and come and check out the dungeon. But while they were talking, they're saying, hey, we have had other S rank and 8 party people come here throughout the years, but whenever they get to level 35, poof, they disappear. We never know what happened. We don't know what's been going on, but they disappear. And then guess what? By the end of the episode, they somehow touch like a black portal. Just put like the thing where if you go to a doctor and they try to check your breathing, not the telescope, the thing where they put inside the ears and they have the
stethoscope.
Yes, that one. That word. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah,
that word.
It's called.
So they literally just put something like that, like big enough. They try to check the sensory, and then poof, gone, disappear. And I'm like, oh, okay, we don't know what happened. So left on a cliffhanger. We're gonna see what happens next week. Other than that, I did catch up to 7 Prince. That was a nice binge, fucking amazing binge. I'm happy my boy Babylon fucking survived. I don't know if anybody joins the Discord community, you will see me writing in the thread and it say, oh shit, Babylon is dead, and then 2 minutes later, oh shit, Babylon is alive. It's just funny, like it's just a 2-minute difference. I'll just be watching like, oh shit, he died. By the way, because he was one of my favorite out of the bad guys from season 1 that survived and changed their heart, learning what they're doing. And I just love the match, the fight of Babylon versus, let's call him the Chimera, because that's what that dude is. He's a fucking Chimera.
Yeah. Which they have some like, I was watching, I'm like, man, this reminds me of like some, like there's this character in Elden Ring, like named Celubus, who has like he has like a dungeon, or he has like a, pretty much what we saw in the most episode of 7 Prince. Yeah, like a lab, a dungeon, where he just has a bunch of like puppets essentially, and like creatures that he's creating.
And kind of like he has those, like some monsters
so
that looks
like what this reminded me of. I was like, man, this is like some Celubus shit.
It kind of looks like they're gonna have an invasion. It looks like they're about to have invasion in the city. I feel bad for the second prince because the second prince looks stressed as fuck. He looks like, why do I gotta deal with this shit? I don't want to cancel, but if I cancel, I got repercussion. But then if I don't cancel, I'm gonna have repercussion because there might be an invasion or people, get into war. So like, I don't know what to do, A or B, and I just feel bad. I like the explanation of the belief system or the trust system in a way for how to give the holy power of how the type of angel explained, like, I gave it to our main character and I gave it to the Pope, but then the Pope has 12 people that he could trust, and then the main character Lloyd, he has a good 4 people he could trust, and then those could use the power. They didn't get bestowed the angel power, but they could use the holy power because of the main person. So that was an interesting retrospect, and I'm curious to know. I knew the the blindfolded chick. I knew she was evil immediately. Chat, don't judge me, but I knew by the thighs, and I knew by how detailed animation was for her, the character, and the blindfold. Good look evil. I'm like, nah, I don't trust her.
Just has nothing to do with what you just said, but it was more so about the episode. Was like the nun girl. Something I pointed out in the episode is like, is all this girl know how to sing is la 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 la. Like, that's like the couple songs we've heard from. I'm like, man, can they switch it up? Like, can we get some lyrics? Can we get like,
when it comes to church music, I feel like it's more in the simple, straightforward. Is more about the melody and the emotion, feeling on the faith and belief. So I get where you're coming from. Hopefully, when we actually hear the recital in the next, probably by episode 12 or 11, we could actually hear something better, or hear like a better evolution of what she is. But hey, it's church holy music, and it's usually more simple, straightforward. So I get it.
As long as our characters, you know, like you mentioned with Babylon, like as long as our characters get healed, you know, it is what it is. But, no, like, I'm watching. I'm just like, man, I swear she just sang this song like an episode or two ago.
Bro,
she's saying the same shit over and over again.
I give her props because she was working with those lungs for 12 hours or more.
Yeah,
in a base.
She's determined. You got to give her that, like, right? She even going down there in the lab, like they were gonna keep her, and she was like, no, like I'm going down there, like I'm gonna, like I feel like that is kind of what I have to do, right?
And I love that because
take accountability in a way.
It wasn't only her; it was also the dog. The dog was like, nah, no,
yeah,
no. You know, no. You know what? I'm gonna go. I can do it. And it was just beautiful to see that, like that type of characterization of the dog, and also on the nun, like her kind of facing her fear. So it was really beautiful to see that. I agree. What else do we
Grem,
got?
Anything?
Yes, Mega Grem. Any thoughts on the past 2 shows we talk about, the Water Magician and the Seven Prince?
We could talk about Apocalypse Bringer.
That too as well.
Let us say Seventh Prince. I mean, so reading this, if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I read this like when season 1 came out, right? I read it after season 1. I kept confusing Babylon for the guy that does the mouth stuff. And to this day, I get them confused. So that's just what I feel about Babylon. Anyway,
but the mouth guy was pretty cool though when he did Neo. Yeah, that was also cool as well.
Right. But anyway, Apocalypse Bringer Minogahara. Bro, Pepe is broken. Like, so everybody in this world sees our boy as this like demonic being, and they're afraid of him by default. Pepe doesn't. Pepe sees him as the demonic being, but he doesn't care. Pepe just walks forward and says, hey, be my friend. And hey, we need help with this. Would you like to help? Pepe has a special ability that says he always succeeds with negotiations. Pepe is broken. It's actually insane. Pepe is freaking amazing. He comes out, he walks up to our boy, says, hey, let's be friends. They play some games, and then he goes, yeah, we're kind of fucked over here. You want to help us? They're like, yeah, let's help you. Fuck it. You're my friend. It's like, okay. Everybody in the room's like, I don't think that's how that should work. But fuck it. Our guy says it's cool, so let's do it. Pepe's the GOAT. That's all I gotta say for Apocalypse Bringer. Pepe's awesome.
I haven't watched the most newest episode, but I'm glad to hear it was good. I've been enjoying it. The 2 girls that we start in the beginning, I believe was Maria and Ernie, or Maria and Clara. Maria and Carla. Those girls, understandable. They've gone through it. I'm still kind of crazy in the head when I hear that they ate their mom. Is still a bit like actually ate physically, or did they just ate her spiritually. I'm a bit confused there, but I just don't want to know too much information because it sounds
No,
more like
they were starving. They cut her up,
and cooked
her, and ate her.
Oh, so yeah, the strip ate her. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so they are crazy, and the way that they did things accordingly.
No, their mom told them to do it.
I think that's just crazy. That you're literally choosing.
Mom said, "Y'all need to live here.
Cook me.
Cook me."
But
She's like, "Bro, I'm cooked."
I love the one thing I will shout out from the previous episode. I love his explanation of how is it to be evil or the side of evil.
True.
And the respective is that, hey, I'm not choosing to be bad. It's more like I won't give a shit if somebody crossed my line of killing anybody around me or trying to have murders attack. I'm gonna clap back times 3 times 5 without no hesitation because I will not care about the good morality of the repercussion. I'm gonna choose this is because it's, in my belief, the right choice. So I really love that insightfulness of how he saw that, like explanation, because he said, "Oh, if you're evil, you're bad. Why are you not treating us bad?" He's like, "No, you're getting twisted. You're mixing up. Let me give you the explanation of my perspective and my point of view." And I really enjoyed that very much, of just understanding of how he sees the balance of good and evil, because he came from a human world, but he is living from a game in the real world he is now. So it's really interesting how he's in coping this. It's very fascinating. But you know what else?
Anything else for that one?
No, I think that's it. Other than that, I don't think we have no more SHOUNEN, right? That we want to really shout them out. Oh, if I couldn't, I will mention this one later. Nope, never mind. I'll mention this one later. Does anybody want to shout out Clevitas or any other series that was vendor, or not much to say on your guys' end? Because I do have one thing.
Really.
Okay, so I do.
Well,
have
our boy got sealed. How the fuck is he gonna get out?
Wait, what? Damn, that's crazy. I haven't seen the most recent. Damn, he
Yeah.
got sealed. Crazy. The one thing I want to do shout out is New Saga. I want to give everybody go watch it still. It's enjoyable. It's interesting how they go in the next thing, because the fucking ending. We supposedly had a strong ass magician from the West and from the kingdom, and then 2 minutes later, like literally 2 minutes later, clock in. My dude, the main character, felt the most evil presence of the world, and then he literally opens the door, sees a whole fucking murder scene of blood on the wall, blood on the floor, blood on the stains, blood on the chairs, blood every fucking where, and then you see a demon just happy, like, yeah, I just murdered this guy, and I got the head right here just dangling. Crazy cliffhanger. Other than that, don't drink tea that has teardrops in it, chat. Because how do we feel about Silent Witch lately?
Oh, this episode was freaking awesome.
That was good.
Yeah, I mean, Isabella, Isabel, I think her name is. She rose the ranks for me in terms of like characters in this, just from like this episode alone. Like putting that Caroline girl in her place, which she obviously definitely deserved. Literally had her admit to what she did, right? Like she gave her a taste of her own medicine, literally. Isabel was awesome in the second half of this episode. Also, I really like Claudia in this episode as well. That was more so like in the first half. Even what we found out about her, we found out who, I think Neil, right, is her fiance. She was kind of giving Monica a little bit of shit about it, and also was having. She kind of has Monica in a way, like in the palm of her hand.
Oh, she does.
Like, yeah, I think of the scene when she's like, "What do you think, Monica? Like, me and Neil look great together, don't we?" And then Monica, you just see her in the background, like nodding her head, like up and down. Yeah. I was like, man.
But also the way when they were at the tea party previously in the previous episode is when she said, Monica Irvit and your Monica, I forgot the current name that she's living with. You guys sound the same. You haven't spoken. And also, Monica, right after she was told by Claudia, she literally left the cream of the sign. Like, she literally just left without answering the question. It makes you look more guilty from the crime, from the scene that you just got asked. My G, you literally just look guilty now. Okay, say, hey, I'm gonna go get tea. I'm like, ma'am, she just asked you a question. If you are one of the 7 fucking saints of the witches, of fucking mages, ma'am, you learn to make yourself guilty. So, but I do agree this episode has been great. The most funniest thing is the maid. The maid has been waiting there for almost a week and 2 days. That's commitment. She like, you forgot about me. I've been waiting for you since you started writing, and then you disappeared. I'm waiting.
It wasn't 2 days. She was gone for a week. Didn't she stay in?
I said a week and 2 days. Yeah. A week and 2 days.
A week and 2 days.
Yeah. My assumption is that extra 2 days because, you know, of her writing the thing and she never finished and everything. But it's just crazy how she did that. But I love how she asked her, like, wait a minute. Aren't you supposed to protect the prince, but then you got taken out by a T?
He might be in some trouble.
What's going on here? And I love how Monica just points to her cat Nero, be like, yeah, she does have a point. Fuck. We need to think about that. I'm like, yeah, it begs the question, what the fuck happened, ma'am?
I'm still kind of like I said, I mentioned Claudia. I did like a lot of the stuff, especially after what the attempt on like Monica's, you know, life and all that, and how she, you know, she was there to take action.
Snapped back, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of her, bro.
Who?
I'm kind of scared, like not in a bad
Isabel?
way, but like
Oh,
no,
Claudia.
No,
I'm
Isabel too.
No, I'm about to say, I'm scared more of Isabel because she was committed. She even drank the tea herself. She like, oh, that's crazy. You know that my family has a close relationship with you guys. Hey, Prince, I think we gotta change people. I think we gotta fire them. You know, we could just figure out a situation. It don't matter. And the way they animated that girl just suffering, going through her problem, she's like, fuck, I'm so fuck. Like, yes, this is what you get, bitch. This is what you get, honestly.
Yeah.
I love that line. That girl may be a failure, but at least she finished the drink, so that she didn't fail at the tea party.
Yeah,
like better than can be said about you. What are you doing? I didn't even poison you. It's just a little bit bitter.
And she's just drinking it like it's nothing.
Yeah, she drank it like it was nothing. She's like, quite bitter, but She popped off.
She did pop off.
She's terrifying. She might be the scariest person in this show, which is crazy because we got like these badass magic people. Like Monica herself is a badass, and she somehow is not as terrifying as her fake little sister.
Also, like, I want to shout out to the sage, the mage himself, Monica's coworker. The way he answered the maid is saying that I don't really bully the weak. I technically bully the strong because I feel like that's more entertaining. And it was interesting perspective of how he analyzed it until the maid. And then the maid was like, okay, so I have a better understanding in how to judge you. And she gave it back to him and she said, can you take the other word out? Because you're having still a false word of accusing me of who I'm not. Like, I do bully the strong. I just don't do it by bullying. So I love how that conversation was because it's very true. Some people like to bully the weak or some people like to bully the strong. And he was even bothered that the maid thinks that Monica's weak. I'm like, nah, you're bugging. Because we also found out that Monica's not the only one that has her power level going that high. Also, the other dude, Seal, I believe is his name. I can't find it here. But the guy broke the record. He hit like at 250. So like we also know that he's powerful. We just don't know if that's gonna add within the story within the next couple episodes as well.
Oh, the ice dude. The dude with the ice magic? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about, remember in the class where she also had her professor, her old professor, come in and they all had to touch the magic ball. And then at the end, okay. At the end, the guy had like strong power going up to 250. Yeah. So it's like he's also, I assume, is going to be like important character much later on since he's starting to hang out with the crew now. So I assume he's going to be important because he has a higher level than maybe Monaco or as the same.
Yeah. But no, this was a really good episode. Claudia and I feel like Isabel definitely were the strongest parts. Isabel took it away. I feel like mostly because like the whole villainous thing, right, has been, I feel like for a lot of the scenes, it's been pretty extra, you know, like it's been, but like this was like some real like villainous like type shit, like serious, but like she also kind of like was mixing in like the kind phrasings and, you know, things of that nature, but it was also like terrifying at the same time. So like that was like, yeah, she definitely got some more points from me in terms of how I feel about her character from this episode. Also Claudia too. I know we haven't had a lot of her, but yeah, it was a good episode. Like how dare, someone try to hurt Monica, right? I'm curious though, like what, especially because of how the episode left off. Like, are they hinting at maybe her getting in trouble, or
She is for sure.
Maybe not. Maybe.
But also, the prince is analyzing and knows that Monica could be a bodyguard or some variable, because he said himself, like, she can't be an assassin because there's no way a girl could be this clumsy as an assassin. So she knows that it could be a bodyguard, it could be somebody to protect. So he's aware of it, but he's also aware that his friend of the ice magic, our boy Serial, he's also a fan of Monica or has a crush on Monica.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was a good episode. I feel like Silent Witch has been one of the more consistent ones from this season for sure. I'm curious like how this is gonna, as we go forward with Monica, with her character, because I feel like she was making strides, making some good progression, opening up more. Like, is this maybe gonna set her back potentially?
I guess. You know what? I think that I'm given a little bit of confidence because I have a friend that's reading this series and she speaks highly of it at the moment. So I think I have a little bit of confidence in this author to not do something that bad right now.
I hope not.
So maybe not being set back, hopefully.
And also, you could tell the project is really loved because it's how well it's animated. So you could tell like this is loved by the fans and community. So like we are expecting something good, because if you wasn't this good, you wouldn't have this good water animation, detail, all this extra stuff. So like, I was watching this with my girl as well, so she also enjoyed the dub. But also my girl was asking me like how animation is done, because with the animation I'm showing her, there's always a difference of the fluid animation or the flat animation, or like all the differences. The shading is done very differently. But how good the details of the facial expression when it comes to Monica, her nodding, her expression, her shyness, her stutterness, all those little small details I just want to point out and give a shout out, because all those is very well analyzed, and I just see the key components of her character. Just it feels very real of the type of action being moved.
Yeah, I agree. It's very like, I know we brought up Bochi, but it's very like similar to that in that regard. So it's definitely a good thing. So, but yeah, now that we've talked about that for the Isekai and have finished up our seasonal spotlight, we're going to transition into our where we leave off, what we leave off the show with usually, and that's given our rankings for the week, for week 7. And we're going to start off with you, Vash. What do you got for us for your top 10 here?
Yeah, guys, it's for Vash. In case you guys saw previous episode 41, because Crash went first, but he went as Vash because he wrote on the document himself on what it was supposed to be a bit more under. So I was going to give a shout out.
He tried to set you up.
Bro, trying to set me up, saying that Crash would never put. Vash would never put Rent a Girlfriend as number 1. You're bugging. I read that shit on document. While I see that, I'm like, why is he putting that? Why is he not changing it? And I'm like, oh. And then I heard the episode. That's how what happened. But that's a quick reference for anybody that has not seen it. Go check it out. It was funny. But this is my top ranking. It's not fully by order, but I'm gonna just go by it. Number 1 is To Be Hero X, episode 22. Number 2 is Donna Dun, season 2, episode 7. Number 3 is My Joseph Darling, season 2, episode 7. Number 4 is Togen Aniki. Like we said earlier, like I just love when he just said a few references, his monologue, the analogy, all those things are great to talk about. Number 5 is Gachiakuta, episode 6. You should be watching, you should be reading. Number 6 is the one that I don't talk about a lot, but also Neko wasn't here, but Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. Bro, good cliffhanger. We heard somebody that may be a sister or not. Somebody looks like somebody cut their hair. Somebody looks like they're being homeless, walking around that sounds like the same voice, and then gets scared like, oh, yo, is that you, sis? But then turns around, but then it comes to be a random dude, and then the random dude chokes her, and I'm like, bitch, get the fuck up, my girl MC, do not choke her. But then she screamed, help me, Creoles, and then my boy Creoles came out swinging. He said, do not ever touch a girl like that? How can you hit on someone like that with that disrespect? And I love that from my boy Curious. That looked fucking amazing, and it was such a good time. So highly recommend it. Betrothed, Two Masters X, such a good time. And that father, you get issues. That's what I'm saying. You got issues. Number 7, Dr. Stone season 4. Number 8, A Silent Witch. Number 9, New Saga. Number 10, Water Magician. I am in a ISEKAI lover fantasy setting, so I like my Water Magician. It's not perfect, but it's a good type of junk food to enjoy. That's what I'm saying. My list will be changing because, like I said, I'm gonna be catching the Sakamoto days, Grand Blue, and other series. But let's go for our next co-host, Mega Grem.
I'm gonna be upfront with y'all. I haven't rated anything yet.
Want to give
Man,
shout out
it's
to
like-
What were your top episodes?
yeah,
give us
yeah,
a
top
shout-out.
episode. You know, give a shout out to things you've been enjoying this past. Like, what are the ones
All
since
right,
you could have? Top 5, top 3.
episodes that I watched this week. Turning Point 1 from Mushoku. Oh wait, we mean this season. Sorry.
This season, yes,
Oh,
summer
fuck.
week 7 that we consider.
Okay, because honestly, Turning Point 1, I also watched Turning Point 2. You know, and those episodes are kind of fucking up there. You know, I'm just saying. For this season, I think To Be Hero, of course. Like, you can't not have To Be Hero there. I love every single time I go to church with Marin. Clevitas was an interesting episode. Maybe not up there, but you know, it's in there.
That's a shout.
Grand Blue hitting us with Iori being the goat. Dress Up Darling, not Dress Up, Bunny Girl Senpai. They're right next to each other on my list, and like, you know. Anyway, Bunny Girl Senpai, really, really good. We got some Bunny Girl that I really loved this time. Silent Witch, of course. Solo Camping for 2 was a lot of fun this week. No, not Ruri Rocks. Gachiakuta was interesting.
Okay, that's a good
And
5. That's a good 5, I'll say.
I think Fragrant Flower is my last one, of course.
All right, that's a
Oh
shout.
no, Don Don too. Don Don. I can't not mention Don Don.
You can't.
Yeah.
That's
What about you? What about you?
So me, I really pinpointed. I didn't even have a top 10, but I pinpointed the ones I know for a fact I enjoyed. Probably these 6 episodes more than a lot of the other things from this week. So number 1, I had Grand Blue season 2, episode 6,
Solid.
mostly for the scene I talked about during the portion in the show. You can go to the timestamp. Number 2, To Be Hero X episode 20. Number 3, Fragrant Flower episode 7. Number 4, Secrets of the Silent Witch episode 7. Number 5, Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. And number 6, My Dress Up Darling season 2. So yeah, like those really stood out the most. Like I could have had a top 10, but I feel like these really stood out, at least personally to me. Like there's a gap, I guess, essentially between these and the other ones from the week for me personally. So yeah, that's my top 10. And, you know, now we're going to transition into our closing segment here. We hope you guys did enjoy this episode of Off the Binge. Let us know, you know, keep us in the loop. What are you keeping up with this season? What have you been enjoying? What have you not been enjoying? Have you dropped anything? That is definitely, you know, even us here, we've dropped some shows already to this point.
I've got like 3 or 4.
Yeah. Have you guys had any ones like that? Give us your top 10 for the week. For week 7, go check out everyone's channels, their Twitters, things like that in the description below. The audio feed as well is rapidly coming out. I think we're almost at that point to catching up, Vash.
Yes,
correct me if I'm wrong.
chat, we have up to episode, I think, for After Binge, we're on episode 22 for the month, and then finally podcast like 174. By September, we should be good. We just reached 100 hours of upload speed, so we couldn't really do much. So September, we should be good. Let's go check that out. Continue supporting, following, rating, 5-star, 3-star. Any rating you want to give us, we support and appreciate. Like Nate said, we would love to hear your top 10 if you have one. If there is a series that we haven't covered for by any chance we miss it, let us
Lord
know.
of Mysteries? About that, yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, man, God, what is it that they should read or watch?
I think Lord of Mysteries is mid.
Watch light novels.
Yes, watch light novels.
Or that. Yeah, sorry. I thought we were talking about Lord of Mysteries, being honest about it for a second.
Go watch Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. That's what I recommend.
Troll, you said it right this episode. Why do you keep fucking it up at the end?
He doesn't notice that. Sometimes I do it on purpose just to annoy him, that little one word. He hasn't noticed it at this point. But Chad, as much as we hope...
That's why I point it out every time.
Chad, if you want to continue hearing us, we hope that you like, comment below, and subscribe, and continue enjoying our content of Off the Bench. We'll see you for next week for episode 44, and for week 8 of the podcast, week 8 of the summer season. We have 4 weeks left, and then to get to our tier list, and then have debates and arguments of where things should go up and where, because I know we have a few things that Crash is going to tell us why should To Be Hero X should not go in S or A tier, and I can't wait for that conversation to go. Oh boy. Other than that, Chad, we see you in the next one. Go watch light novels.
Peace.
I have a date to get to, actually.
You know that we should have a merch in the future that says go watch light novels.
Go watch light novels.
Go watch light novels and read anime.
Yes.
We need Grem to show. We need Grem to show Cam at some point, and he has this like a full white bodysuit on.
Yes.
I'll do it.